and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I am your humble game master, Tom, and this is adventure number 5. We're coming to you live from twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific. Quick shout out to all our fans who are joining us live in the chat. Thank you so much. And you can catch us on with the video on YouTube as well as on your favorite podcast player too. Let's start our session with a recap of the previous adventure.
Okay, so adventure number 4, we had started by meeting King Phaon, the Great Wolf, and we needed to get out of there. So there was a lot of attempts to hide out in a warehouse while Sildren went with Idrisil to go fetch us a barge. We did. We got the barge. We snuck out of 10, pretty close to being undetected. The one detection that we had, Jix was able to take care of with a solid natural 20. As we're heading on the barge, we were told about a lot of different ways to go, but the one place Phaon wanted to reach was the rest of his party so that he could move on with his with where he was going next. However, while on the barge, we were attacked by another barge that was full of wizards and super big thugs and a freaking wyvern. Wyvern, that's what it is. All right, so that's where we went. We were able to take everything out. After getting the king back to his place, he gave us a couple of really good ideas, but the biggest thing that came up was Brenros' chalices. They are still out there, and we needed to go back, so we headed back to Tabernary. We got ourselves in there. We now have horses that we took with us, and in the morning, Xander woke up because there was a messenger downside who wanted to speak with him, and it was Capper who wanted to trade out the book. And Xander kind of missed the note on that one, decided to try to outplay him, and ended up walking away with nothing. But Xander made it back in, and we still have the book, so there. And let the adventure begin.
Thick trees circle a secluded glade. The shadows cast by their branches and leaves are comforting like an old blanket. Sildren the druid kneels down, runs his fingers through the thick grass, and breathes in the air. He doesn't know exactly where he is or how he got there, but Sildren feels safe, almost like he was back in his old forest many miles away. From somewhere in the dark branches beyond the glade, Yathane flutters and squawks. Sildren looks up to see a pair of slender, bright eyes lit up in the darkness. He rises and motions gently for the new arrival to approach. The eyes step into the light of the glade, bringing with them the face of an old brown bear, easily 10 feet tall. The bear looks down upon the druid before slowly approaching. Sildren holds out an open hand. The giant bear steps closer and sniffs at the druid.
Hello there, my friend. You look familiar, though I don't believe we've ever met.
The bear nuzzles up against Sildren's hand.
And the same with this glade. There is a heaviness that hangs over the trees, yet it feels like home. What is this place?
The giant bear stretches out next to the druid before laying down beside him. The beast looks at him through slender eyes and speaks in a low, warm voice. This is a glimpse of where you've come and a look at what is to be. Sildren sits down next to the bear as the wind blows through the trees. He scratches the bear around the ears as familiar voices can be heard in the distance. He looks around trying to get his bearings.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm on the right path.
What path you pick, Sildren, is your path. A person is the sum of all of their choices.
Yet my choices keep me in town. I sleep within stone walls of oppression and waste. Greed and corruption surround me. I fear I'm losing my connection to the world I've known.
Who better to celebrate nature and bring balance to so much chaos than you? Sildren seems content. He scratches the bear's ear again and breathes in the fresh air. You have done much, Sildren, but there is more to do.
I have pledged my life to make this world a better place. I will gladly give everything to help.
The giant bear quickly gets off the ground and turns to see a small river of black water spilling out from beyond the trees. and everything may be the price you pay. A second black river streams out of the woods towards Sildren. The giant bear snarls and backs away from the water. There is a darkness coming. A third stream spills into the glade. The three streams come together and meet at the druid's feet. Three forces of darkness are converging to bring ruin upon Varen. Forces who feel that life is inconsequential. The black water swirls around 5 cups laying on the ground, spilling over the cups and knocking them over. Those that drink will drown and hasten the end for all. Sildren kicks the cups aside as the water from the 3 streams splashes over his feet. What you have done, Sildren, the good you have created, will draw them closer. Sildren sinks into the earth as the dark water rushes past his knees.
What do I do? How do I stop this?
Find strength in the companions you have made, and you will need new allies who know not yet the role they will play.
The water. It's too much. Something's wrong.
Sildren.
The water. I can't get free. I can't stop it.
Sildren.
Just tell me. Tell me what to do.
Sildren!
Sildren blinks and finds Idrisil standing over him. They are in his room in the Fall Feather Inn.
Wake up, Sildren!
What is it? What happened?
Xander's an idiot. He just pissed off the only guy who has information about the chalices.
Idrisil motions toward the open door.
Now get your things and grab the ledger. We've got to finish this deal to get that information.
Sir Brenros walks down the hallway past the open door into the room.
Good morning, gentlemen. I trust everything is all right.
Idrisil walks with a purpose past the old knight.
Xander's an idiot.
I'll get my sword.
Idrisil gathers the rest of the group outside the inn, where Iggy comes walking quickly back down the street.
Capper's in the market around the corner. If we hurry, we won't lose them.
I'll do the talking. Let's go.
The group makes their way to the market before heading off. Sir Brenros stops and turns to find Jix and Xander.
Dear Xander, for the sake of negotiations, it would be best if you remained here. Jix, do keep an eye on him.
Hey, what did I do? Was it something I said?
Hey, at least this time I'm not the one getting in trouble.
Sir Brenros turns around again.
And Xander, you best keep an eye on Jix too.
The group is kind of splitting off a little bit. Several of you are heading to the market to find Capper with the info, and the 2 smaller party members are left kind of just standing outside the inn looking at each other. What do you want to do?
Sildren will send Yathane up in the air. Hopefully able to find Capper, and we're, I guess, headed towards the square where Iggy saw Capper last.
Okay. Yathane's flying up above. It is early morning time in Tabenry. The sun's just coming up. It's a little cool out still, and you're heading towards the market. The market in Tabenry used to be in the large plaza in the center of town, but with the arrival of the Renarian Brotherhood several months ago with their a crazy, immaculate temple they created in the plaza, they've kind of dispersed the rabble out there, and now there's a smaller, much smaller market around the corner where you guys are headed. There aren't a lot of people there. There's maybe a dozen different carts of food. You can smell some fresh bread baking. There's fish that's out there, some beef that's out there, a lot of foodstuffs, and maybe 20, 25 people or so just milling about and getting their stuff for the day. And it looks like I got about 4 of our heroes are going into this market. And you can see Capper is shopping at a little food cart, getting some apples.
So I will. Has Capper seen us?
No, he's got his. You're to the. His side is to. He doesn't see you at all.
Okay. I will kind of just calmly walk up to within.
And just dogpile on him.
Yeah. Just basically within like kind of behind him and to his right. my friend is an idiot. We might be able to still make a deal.
Oh, you. Yeah.
Why did you ask for the gnome and not for me?
I didn't ask for the gnome. I asked for your group.
We have the ledger. Let's make this deal.
He takes you with an exhausted look over to a part of the market that's a little off to the side. There's a couple small barrels with some hay around them, and he motions for you to come over and sit by him. And that's just Sildren right now, unless anyone else is joining in.
Iggy will come over.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping he still recognizes Idrisil, but I'm being purposefully quiet
Okay.
by Sildren.
All right. As Idrisil is being purposefully quiet, Capper, the man with the info, he waves his hand twice and makes this area around you purposely quiet, and the whole area becomes incredibly silent. Sildren, you can still hear yourself speak, and you can hear Capper, but you can't hear in or out of the small zone around you. The market goes deathly quiet, and it's just your voices.
I will, I'm actually just going to hand him the ledger. I just kind of slide it out and just hand it to him casually.
He takes it and he looks at it. You know, I'm trying to make some changes in my life to better myself and to make a better change in the world around me. The problem is I kill people for a living. That kind of makes it hard, but people like you make it even harder. I'm trying. Oh, they know I'm trying. He's looking through the ledger. You know, I could have killed you that night. I was paid to get the ledger and kill you, but I thought, no, I gotta make a change. And then we made a deal. And then what happened? You beat me to the ground and had your friends pin me to the ground, breaking the deal. And then I come back with another deal. And what happens? Your friend tries to screw me over in front of the Brotherhood and get me in trouble.
Yeah, he's what you call an idiot savant. He really good with certain things, but that every now and again he just goes off.
Idiot savant. I almost chose that class, but yes.
We love him dearly. We take care of him, but I've handed you the ledger. I'm being forthright with you. I'm all about changing my stars, and hopefully you will continue to improve on your path of betterment.
Thank you.
And hopefully making a good deal with me and providing the information that we have agreed to will help you on that path.
All right. Well, I know where Nakan is, the man you're looking for. But the information is going to come at a steeper price than just this ledger.
What do you want?
The only other voice that is in here, Iggy, you can't speak. He's a little startled. He thought he kept you out, but your voice is there. The price that's now also on the table is to help make this world just a little bit better. I need you to swear that no one in the group will kill Nakan.
Neither of us will kill Nakan.
I need that from
Very good.
I need that from your whole party. There's at least 3 or 4 of you people in there, and particularly that knight who I think I see over there looking at us from that market. I trust his word over anyone else's.
Why is Nakan's life important to you?
Why wouldn't it be? He's got a life. He's lived years. He had a mother and a father and maybe a brother or sister. He's got goals and dreams.
Men are defined by their deeds, and if he is a fair and righteous and worthwhile person, then we would have no quarrel with him.
That's my deal. If you can bring that knight over here and he swears that no one in the group will kill him, I'll tell you where he is.
Can I walk out of this bubble?
Yes.
I'll go get him.
You smack into a force. No, okay. You walk out, and you bring Sir Brenros in. Sir Brenros, there's this talk of market, and you'd have, for some reason, have been able to overhear the conversation about 30 feet away. Iggy motions for you to come. The sounds of the market and chatter, and some people talking and laughing and arguing, and all of a sudden you get close to the Sildren and Cap are talking, and everything goes deathly quiet.
Before I'm even getting there, I'm kind of hand on the hilt, and I kind of look at Ignal and kind of, am I using the sword kind of thing, and making my way over. Yes, what is this?
This piece of shit respects you and needs your promise on something.
I pride myself on my promises. I'm known throughout certain kingdoms for my promises.
Brenros walks into the silence area with the loud crowd, and he's like, man, does this is, and as he gets in the silence, look infected to you? Oh. Hi. You're in the conversation now, Brenros.
Yes.
Great improv edition. Wow. You just forgot the and. Oh my God. Okay. Yes, and? Fantastic. All right, let's repeat that whole scene all over again. And so Capper says, he reiterates, if I get you to swear, you're a knight. I value your word. If you can swear to me that no one in your group will kill this man, I will feel that I'm making a change in my life with a lot less death involved. What say you?
The Khan has stolen from the queen, my queen, and I am to render punishment accordingly. He will have to face punishment, though it need not be by death at my hands.
If it is not death by any of your mercenary hands of your group here, I will let you know where he can be found.
I need
Brenros is uncomfortable. Yeah. Can you create another cone of silence just for us within this one?
Yeah, can we get a side bubble?
Side bubble.
So it seems we can either kill this man, pointing at Clapper. We can
Clapper.
We can agree to his deal, or we can take him and see if he will give up the information by other means.
I like the other means.
Sildren shifts a little bit, just kind of shifts his weight around.
Idrisil will just give a firm nod.
Sir Brenros,
ready to do whatever.
What say you?
The Queen's judgment dictates justice, though it need not be destruction by my hands or anyone else's here.
Idrisil just
There's an uncomfortable silence.
Yeah, like the silence got even deeper. The magic. Is he done talking?
Idrisil's going to speak to the guy for the first time and just say, "All right, we won't kill him unless he tries to kill us."
He looks at Brenros.
Brenros will then he'll nod. Then I swear that I will not destroy him, and no one here will.
That's all.
Terms and conditions may apply.
There's a scroll. Check this box at the end.
Sildren, born of Apple.
It's a standard barter agreement, really.
That will make me. That will make sure that this does not weigh heavily on me, and I need a lighter life now. these days. So I'm appreciative of that. I will tell you where he can be found. Nakan is holed up in the second story over the Cooper shop in the northwest part of town.
There is this Cooper shop.
In the northwest part of town.
Where is the... And Brenros charges off, sword in hand. Ah! I will kill him!
So, Capper, it seems like our business is concluded. I would like to suggest a note for your employer in regards to that ledger. Our friend who you spoke to earlier, what he is really good at is numbers and figures, and he's kind of deciphered that to a masterful degree. Should your employer and our paths cross again, no good shall come of him. So he should do what he can to avoid us.
I'll pass along the message. I can do that. Best of
Okay.
luck. Hope we never meet again.
Likewise.
Yeah.
And you step out, have the silence, and he claps his hands twice, and the silence goes away.
Do it!
And yeah,
Silence has been gone the whole time. Everyone's just kind of staring at us.
again, they realize this is the main acting scene, and they're just standing by, just mouthing again. Yeah. Anything going on with Jix and or Xander? Or are you two standing perfectly motionless, looking at each other, waiting for the group to return?
Well,
Xander, if you bump into the back of me one more time, I swear I'm gonna turn around and slap your little eyes out of your head.
this is rude. You'd stop really, really abruptly. I was just
When we're
following
try-
your trail.
When we're trying to be stealthy and sneak up behind the people who told us to stay back there, we have to be super, on point about this, okay?
They don't see Miss Ewis.
No, they don't know we're here. Not at all.
Like standing around you.
And as we walk out, we're like, okay, Xander, Jix, let's go.
I had a +10.
You saw the ears
Yeah.
up below the windowsill, just like back and forth.
What's your plan?
Whose?
Anyone's.
So you two are a couple of liars. I like it.
What? We didn't promise anything.
Not you two, dipshits. Sildren and Brenros.
I'm used to being called a liar, sorry.
Liar? What do you mean, a liar?
Well, you're really not gonna hurt this guy?
Promise
We said we're not gonna kill him. Alright.
Kill who?
There are rules even the light can work within.
Okay. Well, shall we go find this guy?
I mean, we have made a deal with him if there's a way to avoid it.
Who are we finding? Who'd you make a deal with?
We made a deal with Capper, who you spoke to earlier, Xander.
I made a deal with him too. Did he give you the gold?
Yeah, but you don't get any of it.
Ah! Good at it.
And we got the information we need, but the primary figure, Nakan, we're not supposed to kill, if at all avoidable.
What if I mostly kill him?
That would, again, the deal's a little vague. So, at the end of the day, as long as he's not dead, that's what's important.
We just don't take him to Merrill Cole Max's house. That's all.
Yeah.
We just cut
Mostly
his
dead
legs
is not
off
all
and
dead.
cut his legs off and send his body to Caliviar.
Calivier?
Caliviar, whatever.
I love it when you say it wrong. Do it again.
You know what's really
You
good?
insult my country.
Caliviar on crackers. That's the best.
Brenros is gonna screw that up. My queen of no!
Aquila, hi.
We have our information and must act.
Shall we go to reclaim those chalices?
If they are still there, absolutely.
I want one. Let's do it.
Huzzah!
At Xander's mentioning of wanting one, Brenros turns around and faces everyone. Know that these are not to be trifled with. They are not toys or a plaything. They are powerful and must be destroyed. Do I have your understanding in this, Xander?
Yeah. Powerful, not a toy, played with. Okay.
I'm worried.
There's a high five between him and Jix.
I think leaving them two alone was a mistake.
They've conspired against the island. Well, Brenros will start going in the direction, also trying to keep an eye on where smithing might be.
All right.
Shield repair is kind of high on my list, too.
Sir Brenros, you know where an armor is, and it is on the way. And you stop outside just as they are opening up shop, opening up some doors. They've got they're getting their fire going on their furnace, and you can do some work. What are you looking to get your shield repaired?
Yes.
Your magic awesome shield. How much damage has your shield taken?
I'll have an answer for you in just 1 second.
Rendering information.
If my data is correct here, of 48, 32 points it has sustained.
Wow, and that 48 is the breaking threshold, right? God, that's
Correct.
insane. He's got most shields have like, and Sildren, you have a wooden shield. You can
Yeah.
confirm this. What's your breaking threshold of your wooden shield?
6.
6 points of damage it can take. Sir Brenros has a metal one that's massively reinforced, and he has special training in shield use, so his can take quite a beating, and it has. So with our little house rule we have for the repairs, for that much damage, it'll take 2 gold pieces in 2 days.
Okay.
Hey, Brenros, I have some 2 daggers here if you want to use them as trade. I picked them up off of some dead guys.
I do appreciate that. I
Little
have
bit
the
back.
coin here and available. But thank you.
Well, I don't need these daggers. You might as well get use out of them.
Okay. Will the smith take them as a trade to some degree?
Yeah, they were in good
They're just trying to jump into. I want get. Ah!
good condition. They're worth 4 silver total, the 2 daggers.
I don't feel like breaking gold coin.
He's too above it. He gives the daggers. He drops them in a glass chip jar.
You're supposed to swipe those daggers out of Iggy's hands.
No,
All right.
What are you doing?
I am presently without shield. And that will just have to be for how long again? The day?
2 days.
2 days. Do you have a loaner?
They do. They do.
Just picks up Xander.
I need a strap.
They do.
For this one.
Do you want mid-size, compact, shield? They have a wooden shield. No, they have a steel shield you can use that will have a breaking threshold of 15 points of damage with your extra training.
Okay.
And they'll need a deposit of 2 gold for that.
Oh. All right.
You
I have 2
can
daggers.
you can use my shield. I've had this thing on my back forever, and I've barely ever use it.
His shield smells of like patchouli and has weird hippie peace signs on it.
Bright Lotus, man.
A druid offering a shield. That's pretty. Is it a special shield to you? The one Sildren's offering?
It's just a wooden shield I made.
It's homegrown in any
Homegrown.
intimate way possible.
If you don't mind, I'll stay with the metals instead of the woods.
Sildren looks vaguely offended and goes and does something else.
It's reinforced with a special
don't
lacquer.
Offend you.
Okay.
2 gold submitted for deposit. Is that a full return on that deposit?
I'm going to need you to sign here and here.
Another scroll appears out of nowhere. These are the terms and conditions.
Yes. That depends on the quality you bring it back in. I assume you're not charging into war right now. I don't even understand why I'm giving you the shield, but all right.
All right. I have this temporary steel shield added.
Okay. You guys make your way to the northwest part of Tabernary. You cross over a bridge across the river that cuts through the middle of town. You take a little side street to avoid a pair of Renarian brothers that are on patrol, just to avoid any issues. And you make your way, after asking some local, just for clarification, where the Cooper is at, and you find the Cooper in town, and he is working away at making some barrels, and above him are 2 more stories of a little boarding house type thing with a couple of rooms available for rent. You don't even have to talk to this guy. You can just go up some stairs, wooden stairs on the side, and go up to some of the rooms. And oddly enough, if for anyone paying very close attention, which I'm sure absolutely no one did because there was no reason to pay attention to it, this was the very location that was the first thing right outside the Low House. The Low House is literally 6 feet to the right, where you guys just got the king from. FYI.
We went
I
left
remember
and
the
Keep ending up back in this part of town.
It does look familiar, yes.
Do we just go right up, or do we want to talk about a plan?
If he does not escape, that would be ideal. This house, how is it designed? Is it multi-story, many-windowed, all that kind of thing? Or
Yeah, it's 3 stories, the bottom of which is a workshop home for the Cooper with awning and a lot of open area to make his barrels, and a lot of wood stacked and metal stacked and tools. And then there are 2 staircases, one that goes up to a 2nd story on the side, and then on the back of the house is a whole separate wooden staircase that goes up to the 3rd floor, and they look very rickety and old stairs, and you can see they just end at a door.
Brenros, if you think escape is a possibility, I can stand out here and make sure nobody gets past me. Maybe
Sure, you're
somebody
more than
else
up
can
to the
go
task.
go back behind.
Yeah, I
Do
got the
same.
back door.
Very, very good.
We just everybody let that slide.
and where is Zenner?
He's already like up the stairs.
The stairs. I want a cup.
He's got chalices in his hand. Okay, Brenros just casually approach at this point, going up to the Cooper himself.
All right, you go up to the Cooper. He looks up and says, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for an individual who goes by the name of Nakan, and supposedly he is here.
Yeah, that's about right. He's up there.
This whole building is yours,
It is?
and may we have your permission to go up and speak with Nakan?
Sure. You interested in any barrels?
Not at this time.
Oh.
Maybe on the way back.
Brenros
And
continues.
we'll go upstairs.
Yes. It's very smart, soldier.
Brenros, so you're heading up the stairs to the 2nd story or the 3rd story?
Oh, got to start at the 2nd.
Okay, you go up to the stairs. They creak loudly as you go up. As you are up there, you hear a argument going on, and you hear a woman complaining, and she is saying, "No, no, no! You said now, and I'm here now!" And then you hear some guy just, and it appears to be on this door on the 2nd floor.
Is there only that single door?
For the 2nd floor, yes.
Yeah, which is where Nakan's supposed to be. Okay.
all I hear is a woman and someone else. It could be anyone. I can't just barge in.
I got it!
Xander can.
Fireball.
All right, Xander squirks by everyone, and you get past everyone. There's like a line of heroes on the stairs, except for Iggy.
Detect magic, if you would,
Bouncing
Xander.
over the heads. Okay. Xander will glow bright purple, his aura flowing up, and glow, detecting magic.
Detect no magic within 30 feet.
There is no magic here-ish.
The chalices would emit magic, yes, Brenros?
Absolutely.
You hear a female voice say, "You promised me straight from the halls of the Queen of Calavier."
It's caviar.
Xander will knock on the door, as was his original plan.
All right, you knock. The voices stop, and you hear someone walk over to the door on the wooden floor. Clop, 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 clop. And then you hear a man on the other side of the door. What do you want?
Good morning. My name is Xander. We are looking for a special guest who I understand might live here. Is it your birthday today?
Publishers Clearinghouse.
And the Candygram.
It's early. Who is this?
My name is Xander. You may or may not have heard of me.
He is intrigued, and he creaks open the door. You see a tired-looking guy with a shaggy beard and a rather pronounced nose on the other side, and he looks down at you.
Good morning.
You're very... What? Who the hell are all these?
They're
Pointing
with
to
me.
the SWAT team right behind you.
We're here because we have been sent to speak to a very, very special guest. I was wondering if you might be here, Nakan.
He looks at you. Okay.
Everybody is looking at him expectantly.
Go on.
Yeah, apparently there's a very large delivery of gold that he was looking for, and we are the security team that's supposed to bring it. But you're not supposed to know that. Don't tell anyone. Is Nakan here? It's supposed to be a surprise.
You've got gold coming. I'm Nakan.
You're Nakan?
Yes.
You are much taller than I was told you were going to be.
What gold is coming here?
It's the one for the chalices.
But I already got paid for the... Well, bring it in.
Yeah! Can you open the door, please?
He opens the door, gnomish size opening.
And so Xander will come in.
And
All right.
I think the rest of us are probably going to go right in as well.
All right, he closes the door on Sildren, and Sildren, you don't want that to happen?
No, I do not.
All right, make an athletics roll, Sildren.
All right.
Just need to beat a 14 or higher.
27.
27. You
Higher.
Yeah, that's a critical. You can
Didn't start with a natural one today.
However the door situation works out is up to you. What do you want? You want to smash it open? You want to forcefully do it? You want to
He
gently?
phases right through.
More just like as he's pushing, I'm just like he's not really, I guess, expecting it. So it just sort of, I just push it open and like step in, and then I'm like holding the door open as everybody else files in behind me.
All right. He says, "This is a lot." You see Xander.
Children closes the door.
Okay. You see Xander walk around to the kitchen, and he takes out a briefcase and opens it up, and there's golden light coming in.
We happy?
Xander, you go in.
This is a tasty mutton.
You won't believe this, but there's different scenes that may or may not happen in our game. This scene, I just had to throw a quick name, and it's "Does He Look Like a Bitch" is the name of this scene. I was like, oh, this could be interesting. Anyways,
Check out the big brain on Brenros.
You guys are inside, and all of you are inside. And Iggy, you're not. You're outside. Jix, you're up there with him, and Brenros, you're up there in Idrisil, right? Yes.
Oh, Jix is at the back door.
Jix is
still.
at the back.
Oh, back door. Right. Okay.
Yeah, and Iggy's with us.
Idrisil.
Yeah, as soon as we get inside, I'm looking for a second door, like a second way out. kind of.
Okay. You see there are some windows on the other side. There is no other door out that you see, and you can make a perception roll.
I will make a perception roll for you right now. Ooh, 26.
26 is good enough. You can see going into a small side room doorway is this woman, average looking middle class type lady, who is like moving quickly away and kind of glaring at you guys that you've all come into this small room. And as she goes in there, you see her face briefly looks horribly disfigured with warts and crinkled nose and looks nasty. And then she looks normal again right as she goes into that side room.
Idrisil does like a double back a few times at her. Like a and he kind of nudges at Sildren, who's right next to him.
All right, and she's disappeared into this other second room.
Yeah.
Sildren looks over.
You see nothing.
There's something going on with that woman in there. He says it really quiet, so only Sildren can hear him.
So where's this gold? And why is a billion sending me more gold? I'm confused.
I'm sorry, who'd you say was sending you gold?
Who are you saying is sending me gold?
I am not actually the one carrying the gold. Nikon, allow me to introduce you to the one who's actually supposed to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, coming all the way from Liers, right over here in the giant steel shield, Sir Brenros!
Thank you. First, I'd like to start with a magic trick.
I'd like to make the sword disappear.
You identify yourself as Nikon?
I do, from time to time.
You have chalices that were in your possession.
Do you have, and I'm asking this, Tom, do you have markings, heraldry of Liers on you, or are you incognito?
I did, but my shield is being repaired.
Okay, all right. Okay. Say your sentence one more time.
You had chalices in your possession. Is that correct?
Yeah, what does this have to do with the gold? I already got paid for them.
And where are these chalices now?
Where is my gold?
You're a little slow on catching on. Oh, there is no gold. That was a ruse. We're here to find out about the chalices. Just want to get this all out in the open so we don't have any misunderstandings now.
He draws a knife and backs away a few steps.
Like Sildren looks around at everybody that's there and then back at him and is like, so that information?
Brenros closes in the steps that he's taking back.
All right.
While they have him distracted, Idrisil would like to stealthily go into the bedroom.
Okay.
And
Idrisil.
Sildren's actually going to go with him, if that's all right.
Yeah.
All right. The two of you, the elf and half elf, go into the side room. Brenros, you're closing in, and he says, look, I don't have them. You can't take them from me. The money's spent. You're not finding anything here.
I wondered what the thief would look like when I stared them in the face. You have stolen from my queen and my country.
Oh, shit.
It is time to meet your time to meet your justice. And he does draw his sword out on the thief. Do you deny these charges?
I was a guest of your queen and Sometimes when, there's like towels and soap when you're... No, he doesn't say that. I was a guest and they were given, they were a gift.
You lie! And Brenros grabs him and pushes him up against the wall behind him.
All right, make an athletics. You do that. Make an athletics roll to also to get rid of his knife in that same motion. Otherwise, there could be a problem.
All right. Athletics roll.
While he's rolling, Xander readies an action to throw an elemental toss in case he attacks at Brenros.
All right.
The number is 30.
30. You are able to slap his knife out of his hand, grab him, and pin him up against the window on the far side of the room of this dark, dingy room. At the same time, Jix in the back at the bottom ground level in the back, just sitting there picking up weird scraps off the ground. Jix, you look and can hear a strange little noise, and you look and you see a average everyday woman phase through the back wall and appear maybe 8 feet away from you. She looks to the right, sees you, straightens her blouse, and then walks around to the front of the Cooper shop.
Hey! Hey, you! Hey, stop!
She does not stop. She keeps going, Jerry Lewis.
Starts walking a little bit faster.
Jix follows.
All right, Iggy, you're out front. You see some woman walking like some sort of walk of shame coming around the back of the Cooper shop, and she's getting onto the main road alongside the river, and you see Iggy is just repeatedly calling after her, and she's not paying much attention.
Jix would be.
Jix, sorry.
Jixie, who is that? Do we need to get her?
I don't know. She disappeared out of nowhere, so I'm thinking something
No,
suspicious.
let's get her.
And I'll run after her.
Okay.
I'll run after her.
Iggy, you are running. Jix, I assume you're running right after him. The two of you are chasing her down. She, I'm going to make a little perception roll for her because I don't know if she will notice. Oh my God, my mouth's cursor. There we go. Okay. She does not see you guys coming. She is trying to be very calm and normal as she's walking and approaching two Renarian brothers walking the opposite direction on patrol. What are you doing about that, Iggy?
Miss, you dropped this.
She turns around when you finally tug on her sleeve, and she turns around and says, "Leave me alone." And yanks away, and
you dropped some coin though when you were fleeing away. Do you want it?
She ignores you and is really determined to keep going forward.
Jix, when Iggy stopped her and she turned around, Jix went right behind her so that when she turns around again, he will be right there.
Okay, all right. She almost stumbles right into you. The Renarian brothers are walking past, and they are kind of taking a quick look at the two of you pinning this nice citizen, but they're not doing or saying anything.
It's because I'm the king of the hammerheads.
Good afternoon, brothers.
One of them nods. Good afternoon. Is everything all right, ma'am? She says, everything's fine. I'm just on my way. These men were just leaving. And she walks away, nodding at the Renarian Brotherhood.
Jix follows.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're just going to walk with her.
You walk with her. You follow her. The Renarian Brotherhood turn and follow you. Meanwhile, back inside the bedroom of the second story over the Cooper shop, Sildren and Idrisil, you see that woman is gone. No one is there, and there was no other way to go except a window that looks like it hasn't been open in ages.
So does Brenros still have Nikon by the lapel?
You head back out, and you're back in the main room. And yes, he has him slammed up against a wall.
All right, I'm going to draw my short sword and walk right up to him and put it at his throat.
All right.
Who was that and where is she? Don't lie, Nikon.
She was.
Sildren, go get Eggy and Jex.
Zolder nods and hops down and runs after him.
Okay, Brenros, you have the guy also pinned there.
My interrogation continues. You dishonored my queen, and I will know where those chalices are. Now.
Make an intimidation roll plus with Idrisil +4.
I don't know if it matters at all in this, but this seems to be an appropriate-ish time. I also have something called quick coercion, but I don't know if it applies here.
It might time-wise, yes.
All right, I'm doing the intimidation roll. Let's say 15, and you said how much was that?
+4.
+4, 19 total.
All right. He says, I've traveled far. I've come a long way. I deserve this. Your queen doesn't need this wealth. She hoards and hoards and keeps and doesn't give out anything to anyone.
And Brenros leans in a little bit closer to him. You'll be kinder when you'll speak her name. And he presses really hard into your shoulder to do some damage.
All right. Your chalices are gone.
Then you as a thief are responsible for them. And I will have that justice now. By my hand or the Brotherhood. Which will be your choice?
Make another intimidation roll, please.
Okay. With no additional bonuses, 17.
We'll add the +4 again for a 21.
21.
He says, you traveled all this way just to find those stupid cups?
Yes.
Then you're an idiot, old man.
Those cups represent quite a bit. I don't know how much gold you were paid for them, but they were worth more than you could imagine. And now, this. And he grabs him and starts dragging him out. Brothers!
Oh, no!
I don't want to talk to the brothers!
Okay.
Any of this?
You drag him out. You drag him down these steps. Iggy, you look over your shoulder and grimace as you see the brothers closing in to make sure you're not following her. But then they turn around, hearing their name called out, and quickly trot to the Cooper shop as Sir Brenros is dragging out some sort of miscreant onto the main road there. So Iggy and Jix, you guys are following this lady. She is staying on the main road and is looking back at you and is walking just briskly to stay away from you. It's a crowded street, maybe 5-10 people walking by every few seconds or so as they're starting their day.
Just keeping up with
Yeah,
her.
just follow her.
Okay. You follow her. She walks to the south part of town where the dock area is at, and she heads to a warehouse, a small warehouse, a dingy looking moldy wooden small structure, and she heads around to the back of it and is heading into some sort of back door area.
Follow her right through the door.
Okay, you fall around the side. You see there is no back door to this building, and
God
she
damn it.
is not there.
Jixie, Go
How
around,
did
go-
she get through here?
go around to the front. Let's go around to the front.
Okay.
I'll go around to the front. You stay here. Watch out for her.
All right, Jix. Does the back of this warehouse, where there is no door, look pretty solid, or does it look kind of shabby?
The wall?
Does it look like a firebomb could blow it up? Or a
Uh,
hole open that's about
Does it have
Jix
like
size?
rubble necessarily, or like a bigger boulder rather than the little boulders?
it looks like it would burn easily, but it wouldn't be destroyed instantly.
Okay.
Iggy, you're at the.
mall. I bet a mall could make short work of it.
Iggy, you're going to the
Point.
front, or you're staying
Yep.
at the back?
The front.
Okay. You're at the front door of this warehouse. It's got big double doors, but they're old and wooden and slightly off hanging. You can see some cracks in there, but there's no light that you see.
But I don't need light. I have dark vision. So do I
Oh,
see
that's
any?
true.
Do I see any movement inside?
You peek in and you can see some movement inside. Yes, you see there is a woman in there moving around, and she is gathering a small pack, and she does not look like the woman you were following at all, although she is wearing the same outfit. Her face looks mottled and nasty and bulbous with giant warts and a weird bulbous nose and big sunken in eyes and raised cheeks. She just looks nasty.
Are there any cracks in the wall between wood panels or anything that you can
Absolutely.
peer through?
Absolutely. You see the same thing.
Okay.
Is the door unlocked?
You check the door, it is locked.
I will put a foot through it then.
Okay. Make an athletics roll, and you don't have to roll too high. This door can't take too much.
16?
16. You absolutely get the door open, but it's going to take a couple embarrassing kicks. Heroically, bam, you kick, and it gives way a little bit. And Xander, you can see the woman startle look at the front door, and she quickly starts grabbing some more things. And bam, there's another kick. Some wood starts to splinter, and you start getting ready for another kick. Meanwhile, Nakan is being dragged down the steps. Bum, 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 bum. Brenros, you were dragging him down the road, and Nakan says, "No, don't send me to the Brotherhood. I'll tell you where they are."
Brenros will stop. Your charge is not abated, but it can be lessened. Speak.
The brothers appear, and they have their hammers out. What's the meaning of this? What's going on?
One moment, and I give him a brief second. Speak quickly.
We don't wait one moment.
I count on the brothers' righteousness for justice. This man has stolen from me, and I will hear what he has to say.
Nakan says, I didn't steal from him at all. There's just a misunderstanding. You need to find what you're looking for at the antique shop. It's called the Cherished Box. It's just on the other side of town.
Brenros will...
Yes.
Slow and thoughtful.
Slow and thoughtful. This one has stolen, and I will see punishment delivered unto him. And I count on you to mete it out. But let's see. I don't know how much is actually in the purview of Brenros for determining the level of punishment versus what he can actually do, that kind of thing.
Well, you're not in your jurisdiction at all. You're in a whole different kingdom, so you're kind of roguing it in this kingdom.
Yeah. So I have the guy drug out and put there. The charge is theft. What is your law for theft?
And the brother says, and what did he steal?
He stole from me precious items of value, significant value.
What are the items and what is the value? Do you have a receipt?
Do you have a receipt? I kneel down to Nakan. You speak true where these are.
Yes.
He has taken from me coin which is no longer here. I am willing to forgive the whole thing, but I feel he has not learned his lesson in totaling 50 gold piece.
Did Brenros just lie? What does that mean about me?
Well, that's true. That's true. I can't say that. I won't say that.
Do you want me to say it?
No. He has. He said he's stolen from me of great value, that which I have no price for. They are of sentimental value.
The brothers say, then we will take him in and find the true spirit of what his crime is and determine his guilt through what he can withstand. And they grab him and he says, no, I told you where you can find him. I told you don't do this. And they pick him up and start dragging him off.
Before the brothers leave, I would say, I do request, as a knight myself, for some degree of leniency, considering he is wishing to repent of his crime.
Make a diplomacy roll.
Jix feels a slight burn in his chest.
A 21.
21. The brother says, we will take that into consideration. Nakan still screaming, no, you! And he's pulled away, and he is dragged with a crowd watching him being dragged, kicking and screaming. And you can even see him several moments later being dragged across a bridge and taken into the wide open plaza and taken into a giant temple surrounded by lights. Meanwhile, there's another kick and the door at the warehouse goes smashing open, and Iggy, you go stomping in, and as soon as you do, you see a flash of metal come flying at you. You're not sure how to process it, and let's see. What is your athletics?
A plus 11.
Plus 11, and you try and block and duck whatever this metal spear or dagger or something thrown at you, and it isn't. It's bars that suddenly fly and appear around you. A magical cage built of cold iron springs out of nowhere and come from this lady, and this magical cage comes a wall in front of you, to the sides, behind you, a wall around you, and you are being bound up by this cage. It seems to give a little bit, as though you could try to resist it, but you are currently bound up right now. And before you do anything, Jix, you're also seeing all this. Anything you wanted to do?
Jix is looking through the hole like,
Holy shit! Hey, Iggy! Get out of there!
I'm trying.
Iggy, what you want to
what does
do?
the lady do when she hears?
She spends an action looking to figure out what's going on with where that sound is coming from, and then she runs towards the front door nearby, not too far away from Iggy. Iggy, you are kind of bound up in this cage. What do you want to do?
So I'm like bound, like I can't move?
You
Or it's
cannot
just cage
move,
around me.
but you do have some movement with your arms. You can get your sword out around the bars if you wanted to try some crazy
How close
swing.
does she come to me as she runs by?
She's coming super close, and she has nasty shape-looking claws, and it's going, it's coming right at you.
I'd like to try and grab her.
You're being grabbed currently by this cage, and you're gonna try and grab her. Go for it. Make an athletics -2 roll, please.
Big roll. Not a big roll.
14.
No, she easily ducks underneath that. Let's do a whole new round, and Jix, what do you want to do? You're on the side of this building looking through the hole.
Yeah, Jix wants to take the one vial of Cheetah's elixir that he has and knock that back, and then run around to the other side of the warehouse.
Okay.
So that gives me a +10 to movement.
All right. That is 2. You have to create this first, though, right?
I have one. I had one ready.
You have one ready, so that's going to be an action to get it out, an action to drink, and then an action to move to the front.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead, the lady. This is a nasty-looking hag creature, and she is going to attack and claw at you with these nasty-looking claws at Ignal with a 21 to hit.
Nope.
Then a total of 30 to hit.
That hits.
And the slashing is only 12 points of slashing damage. And then she just goes, and just slashes and slashes, and then a 25 to hit on her third attack.
That hits as well.
Man, that's a good third attack. With 16 points of damage, raking across, blood appears on your arms and shoulders. You get to go now, though.
Okay, I would like to try to get free of this thing.
Okay, you need to break out, make an athletics roll. You need a 24 or higher.
Jesus. No.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 13.
13 is not good enough, but that only takes one action. You can try it again, but it does have the -5 attack penalty.
Oh my.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 16, and then my last action, I rolled a 30.
So you went 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on though, it's -5 and then it's -10.
Yeah.
So your last roll is a 20, which is not enough. You are banging and trying to push, and you feel some creaking to the bars, but you cannot get out of this strange iron prison. Right next to you, though, the three of you are kind of in this doorway. Right just on the outside of the doorway is a quick moving Jix. Jix, what are you doing?
Jix is trying to make sense of what he's seen, and he pulls out. What's he do? He pulls out a Tanglefoot bag. It's a bomb, so he can do quick lob.
Okay.
And throws that right at the lady.
Hey, don't you go anywhere!
And 23 to hit.
A 23. She ducks underneath and then goes flying deep into the small little warehouse and misses. You have 2 more actions left.
Whoa!
And Jix has dark vision, so does he see where she went?
No, she's right there. She ducked. Your Tanglefoot bag went. Yeah.
Gotcha.
She didn't move.
She faced through the floor.
All right, Jix takes
Back up, Iggy!
and takes an acid flask
Okay, Iggy's struggling to even move a few inches, but all right.
and throws it at the spot, like in between. Throws it at the lady, but is hoping the splash will start to eat away at the bars.
Oh, well, let's see what happens. Good luck.
So that's a second attack. So we're doing that one. Another 23.
A 23. It goes wide and splashes and starts burning the far wall. You have 1 more action left. She's just dodging left and right and still getting ready to rake poor Iggy.
All right, with the last one, he takes. No, he doesn't. He's going to try and get in between Iggy and her.
Oh, okay, that's very tight space. You try and squeeze into that spot. She then attacks you with her claws. And again, with this hissing, and it's a 20 to hit.
Nope.
A natural 20 on the second one for a critical hit. And she does 33 points of slashing damage.
Right.
And she then runs past you and out the door and out into the street in her crazy, messed up, nasty hag-like visage, totally exposed. Iggy.
I would really like to get free of this.
Okay.
Athletics roll.
You're banging on the baby gate. Go for it.
27.
27. You're able to pry these magical bars and they finally give way. And once the first does, the whole thing collapses around you and shatters into a bunch of pieces and you are free.
Okay. How far away is she?
She's just about maybe 20 feet down the road, just starting her run out of the building.
I would like to run after her and attack.
All right, you're right behind her. The crowd is kind of parting, going, "What the?" And you're right behind her.
Actually,
with your,
no, I don't want to attack. I want to grapple her.
Grapple her. Make an athletics roll. And this is -5 because it's also in a quote unquote attack that your escape was.
11.
Okay.
Come on, man.
You lightly tug on her sleeve once more.
Ma'am.
Jix.
Jix will run after her, and I assume he catches up with probably one move because
Yeah, and you're hurting bad, but you do catch up.
Jix is gonna try and trip her up as well.
Okay, that's you want to do a trip?
Yeah.
All right, there is an action in this rule system. It's an attack type. You make an athletics check versus the target's reflex. Make an athletics check.
Natural 20.
Whoa! All right, with a natural 20, you trip.
Soccer slide kick.
Yellow card. You trip, and she stumbles. She falls. She hits the side of this dock area and goes tumbling down into the cold water of Rivern Lake just outside of town and splashes into the water.
All right.
And she's panicked. And
okay. Jix throw quick lobs, bottled lightning,
okay.
and that's is the trip an attack?
The trip is an attack. You get +2 though. She's kind of flat-footed in the water right now.
Okay, so this will be a second attack, but I get +2, so 24.
24. You just casually go "Ooh," and splash. The acid hits. What's the damage?
The lightning hits,
Lightning. Sorry, lightning.
and that is 7.
7
there's-
damage.
Ooh, lightning, huh?
There's some splash though, right? Let me see.
It does bonus things.
Looking it up.
This is the level 1 bottle lightning lesser, right?
Yeah.
This is not your strongest one.
I think it included the splash damage on your roll.
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
It's the dice plus the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a low-level spell that's good at giving flat-footed conditions for yourself and allies.
Oh yeah, so she's flat-footed now too.
Yep, she was though due to the water, unfortunately. But anyways, you hit her and you do some zapping damage. She goes next and she is struggling her whole turn to try and swim. She cannot swim at all and is struggling to grab onto any kind of wooden pier dock thing. There are some people that are gathered around. Someone's like, there's a woman down there, and another guy's like, no, that's no woman. And they're all just looking at you guys as to what you're gonna do. Iggy.
I want to run up and run up to where Jix is.
You're right there.
What do you think we should do, little buddy?
How about some of that underwater marauder action?
Okay. And I'll cannonball in after her.
Okay.
Dwarven cannonball.
Roll a d8 +3, please.
Why?
You do 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you
Yeah.
cannonball on top of her. And she's now under the water. And what would you like to do? You have one more action left.
It's just a fountain that he landed in.
Yeah. I'll draw my maul.
I assume you already have that out, so you're good.
Oh, well then I'll swing at her face.
Okay, there's a significant -2 penalty trying to fight underwater or in water.
Except for me, because I'm an underwater marauder.
Underwater marauder, skilled as an old sailor.
A 31.
Somehow, this giant, very unhydrodynamic weapon comes blazing through the water and connects with a regular hit. What's your damage?
13.
13, you smash and hit her. She goes moving a couple inches away in the water and takes the hit, but is still alive. And Jix, you're still up above, about maybe 10, 15 feet up above on top of the dock area. Both of them are a couple feet, about a foot or two under the water. You can see their shadowy forms.
What could I do to help this situation?
Can you make it any worse?
I don't know if I can. I want to. I'm gonna ready. I want to use that one action or two. It's 2 actions, right? To ready.
Okay. Yep.
So that if she somehow gets out of the water, I'm right there ready with my sickle. So I'm gonna draw my sickle and ready.
Okay. So then your action would be to dive 15 feet down with your sickle in hand if she pops her head up. Is that what the trigger is?
If she gets, if she somehow like comes out of, I don't know if she's a witch and can fly. I don't know, like if she comes out of the water, I'm swinging with my sickle.
All right. She is going to make one challenging attack against you because she is not in the right space. That's a 22 to hit you, Iggy.
That does hit.
No, that does?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, wow. I thought, okay, good.
Really?
I was surprised.
Yeah.
She has, the water's just really limiting. She tries to claw at you and she starts sinking further and further and is desperately gasping for air and is sinking down in another 5 feet lower into the water. What do you want to do, Iggy?
So there's the dock, but where's the shoreline?
The shoreline.
Like, is there a shoreline close or somewhere where I can drag her up?
It's that flat 10 feet. There's a metal ladder, maybe 10 foot swim away, attached to the side of the wall.
How is she? Pretty bloody looking, or?
There's blood. Yes.
There's blood. Some blood. Okay, I'm gonna make one attack.
Okay.
With a 31.
That's another hit. That's the same roll you did last time.
17 points of damage.
All right, she's trying. She's just getting slowly trying to figure out how to get to some air. And kaboom! You bring her back down again with more damage.
And then I'm gonna grab her around the throat, like put her in a chokehold and swim to that ladder.
All right, you have to make a grapple, but I will reduce her armor class accordingly due to the situation. Make a grapple. That's a -5 athletics check, since you've already attacked.
16.
All right, you grab onto her, and she starts clawing, and you have to let go, or she's going to start shredding you. You have one action left.
You could carry out if she's unconscious.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll make a last ditch attack here.
Oh yeah!
24.
No, that's a natural 20, my friend.
Natural 20. Yeah.
Double damage.
Oh my god.
Did you clarify non-lethal damage, or is this too
30?
late?
No, I did not. 38 points of damage.
38 points of damage. You smash in, your maul smashes right into her throat, and what little bit of last air she have is gone, and she looks all crumpled and is just floating backwards, dead in the water.
I'd like to bring her up on the dock.
All right.
And
You
ask her
grab-
questions.
And you start swimming, and
So
you
many
pull her up.
witnesses.
Yeah, she's a monster.
There's about a dozen people around here, a bunch of them dock hands types, and you drag her over to a lower dock section underneath the pier where there's a ladder. Someone climbs down, and you are able to hand her up, and they pull her up, and someone else is there, and they little kind of chain drag her up. And Iggy, you come up, you're dripping wet, and she is splatted down on top of the pier with everyone gathered around in a circle around her. And
Jix runs up.
Jix runs up, and someone points to you, Jix, and says, help her out. She can't seem to breathe. She's drowning.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I got this, guys. Everybody stand back, make some room. Thank you. Yes, a little further.
And like he's basically just herded them back to the end of the dock where the land starts again.
Okay. Some people are like, what is that? She doesn't look right. Iggy, what are you doing?
Can I stabilize her?
You can, but unfortunately her spine is severed, so it's not going to do as much as you think. Her head's like hanging like this.
38 points of damage.
Well, then I wouldn't. Okay.
You can make her talk
Looter and
like a
go.
puppet. Just
She's not looking so good. Should probably get her to a doctor. And I'll pick her body up.
All right, you pick her up and throw this wet hag over your shoulder. And what are you doing?
I want to take her back into into her building or the building.
You just want to add one hag to your inventory? What? Okay.
That's the bulk on that.
How much does a wet hag weigh? Yeah. You drag her into the warehouse. Meanwhile, we have the Cooper building with Brenros, Idrisil, Sildren, and Xander. Sir Brenros has just revealed where the information he has.
So I wanted to mention it during the fight, but didn't want to interrupt. Sildren was actually heading towards Jix and Iggy to try and get them. So Sildren's not there.
Oh, you don't know where they're at.
I guess I keep looking then.
All right, you were looking.
so by the time we get out of the building,
Yeah.
they're already like around the corner. And...
They're gone. Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
I just want to double check on something here. It was recalling the name of the item. I didn't get a chance to type it down. It was
The
called
antique shop?
Yeah, it was called the Cherished Box. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
You
Big
got it.
roll. I was like, oh no. Brenros, looking about, feeling, yes, somewhat gratified to the situation. I guess the brothers were finally able to live up to something.
He said he had gold! Xander runs back up inside
Okay.
Nakan's room and searches around trying to find the gold.
You look around, you find his general gear of just his toiletries and stuff, but you do see a small lockbox that is locked, as it's a lockbox. And you can hear coins rattling around.
I found it!
Plenty of coins rattling around.
I don't know if Xander can open it without any thieves' tools. Could melt it, maybe? What can I do? I could bang it. I could smash it with something. There might be a knife. Maybe I could cut it. I'll just take the whole thing.
All right, you guys see Xander come out with this really small shoebox that's metal over his shoulder, very heavily coming out with it, walking down the stairs.
Is Jix back?
This is the whole different scene on the other side of town.
This is happening while your scene is happening.
Yeah.
Hey, look! I really do have gold now!
Yeah, Idrisil just looks, sees Nakan dragging away, and then he looks back and sees Xander walking down triumphantly. Is it Xander? What is that?
It's mine!
Don't be a Jix. Come on.
He
show
taught
us.
me that whenever there's someone gone, you take what's there. And if you can't unlock the box, you take the box.
I do worry, but we are looking for the items that were missing. As every possibility hasn't sold every chalice.
Oh yeah, hold on.
It's not
And Xander detects
entirely,
magic.
not entirely impossible that it wouldn't be in there. We'd have to take a look.
You detect no magic, Xander.
Nothing here but my gold.
Idrisil's now kind of looking around for Jix and Iggy to see where they went, and they're wondering if is there any commotion? Did anyone see them leave or?
Nope. You guys, it was all happening at the same time, and they followed that lady quite a while the other side of town.
Right, but this is happening at that time, right?
Right, they're right now on the other side of town, and you don't know
Okay.
where they're at. They were supposed to be outside
No
outside this place.
traces of. Okay.
I'm not sure where the others
So
are.
insecure without your Iggy. What do I do?
Hmm.
Well, I was trying to find a hag, and then we sent Sildren out, and then he can't find Iggy and Jix. So now I'm trying to see if there's a trace of them anywhere, because we don't know where they are.
There's currently no trace.
Brenros, do you think he was lying about that location? Nakan?
I don't believe so. I looked into his eyes. He
You
did
waited
not
until
want to
the-
be with the Brotherhood.
He waited until the very last second, so it's either a false lead or a test of some kind.
In either case, it is a lead, false or not. I suggest we go check this antique shop out, but I do not know where the others are. And I do not know where this antique shop is. I'm gonna have to ask around.
I'm really good at asking around. Let me do it.
And he goes running off, and Iggy and Jix, you guys have this hag in a warehouse, which again is giving me some Pulp Fiction vibes tonight. And
I think it's more going to be Reservoir Dogs, but
yeah, totally. And what are you guys doing?
I want to go through her.
An ugly one.
I want to go through her pack and see
Okay.
if we can find anything out about her.
You go through her pack. You see there is a small sack inside of there of coins. And I thought there was something else. Stand by. Stand by. Yes. And then there is a cheap looking gem that is probably worth a few coins as well.
Jix wants to snatch that cheap-looking gem up.
So it's all yours. And that's it?
Yep.
Damn it! Who is this lady?
She
Was.
just like appeared out of nowhere back
Man.
there at the Cooper's shop place. She just like poof, there she was, and that's all I know about her.
Well, maybe we can ask. Hopefully, Nikon's getting his toenails ripped out about right now. We can go ask him.
I don't want to go back there.
Well, what do you want? Why not? What do you want to do?
Does Jix know that Nakan was pulled? No, he doesn't.
No, we don't know that.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't know who this guy is, so let's go. Hopefully
Okay.
they're all still there.
Okay. How many coins are in that little pouch?
1, 5, 15.
Okay.
How many coins does Iggy have?
Why? That's
I'm curious.
personal.
Wait, you're hiding that information? I think there's a disparity in the group. I'm curious. I think Iggy might have the most coins.
I have
and
by
think,
far the most coins because
And
I didn't blow it all at the magic shot.
and I think Sir Brenros has the least amount.
But I've
of
also
coins.
been splitting up everything I've been looting too. So-
Sir Brenros, how much gold do you have? Just for my curiosity.
I have 6.5 gold.
Okay.
He feels so bad.
He's really living large. All right.
I'll
He
Yeah,
still
it's all
spent some
good.
on his shield too.
Yeah.
When we get all back together, I'll split this up. But, yeah.
Okay. So what are you guys doing with the hag? You're leaving her behind? You're
Yeah, I mean, what?
Or fucking your neck hole. I don't.
Ooh.
Ah!
Nope.
mark button on that.
Get that out of my head.
Nope, I'm not going to participate in that. I was going to walk back to the Coopers.
Okay.
I can see
All
you
right.
like, getting ready to go turning around like Jix, like, nope.
Jix is like,
Jesus.
For those at home, this is a mature channel.
All right, you two head back. There are no authorities called, and you guys
Surprisingly.
head up, and you meet up with the other group, who are all just kind of sitting on some rickety old stairs, trying not to buy a barrel. And you finally, all 6 of you, are together once again.
I just see a leaking body hanging.
Oh, I finally
from
found you
Iggy's
guys.
shoulder.
Yeah, there's no hag with them, but Iggy looks pre-moistened.
Yep.
So
Just how we like them.
just
A
want
morning
to bring up real
swim?
quick. Xander's got the hobnobber ability.
Yes.
So when gathering information, it takes about half as long. I don't know if you need me to roll for it, but I'd be happy to.
You can make a society roll. You will know where it's at already with a couple questions. Society will give you some additional bonuses.
It's a natural 1, so it's a 10.
You have no idea where it's at.
Everyone keeps telling me it's in a different place, and I asked him, and I asked her, and they all keep pointing in different directions.
That's never happened in all the games, where it's a guaranteed like foundation of knowledge with more on top
didn't have to
that
roll.
it's then canceled. That's never happened.
I really felt like I knew where it was. Like he said it, then it just went away.
There's like guys going, it's right there, and you're like, nah, that can't be it. Nah.
He said it was on the other side of town, so
You're on the other side of town. Where is town?
That's just a shell corporation he devised.
so let's
Someone
go
else
ask.
do this. I'm tired.
Let's go ask around.
So
and we'll-
what's up, guys?
did Xander definitively say to us, I know where it is, or he has no idea where it is?
Oh,
He
both.
said,
Even though he's wrong.
Oh yeah,
both of those things.
he said, I know just where it is. Hold on. He went for like 5 minutes, talked around, came back, and then he says, what,
I
Jeremy?
really don't know. I thought I knew, but it's not here. It's not in Tavernry. It's not here.
It's not in Tavernry. I love it. Well, we have to make some. I appreciate your efforts, but we have to find this.
Sometimes you just gotta cut your losses, Sir Brenros.
The fatigue of searching could get all of us, but we cannot surrender now.
Sildren just says, "Follow me," and starts walking. To
All
the
right.
side
Right
where
Into the store.
yeah.
Floor of the Cooper building.
You know, there's just a treasure box right there
Yes.
in the shop, and he'll start heading to the south part of town.
Did you
Okay.
guys find those chalices or what?
Yeah, where's Nikon? Do you leave me some of them to play around with?
I thought I let you know. He's been turned over to the proper authorities. He's been dealt.
Don't tell me you gave him to the Brotherhood.
Oh, he's with the Brotherhood.
There's not enough. Nope. There's not room for 2 kings in this town. I won't have it.
Why?
They are rightful as they are right now to dispense justice, and that is the appropriate way.
You guys,
As much as I would love to have vengeance on him myself, Ignal, this would have to be done this way too.
Okay. I will be by your side on this, Sir Brenros.
I do appreciate that.
So did you at least get some information out of him?
Yes,
I'm
we have to
assuming-
go to Mirskon. There's a place there called the Cherished Ivory. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
He's so close. But the cherished box is where we're off to, and it's
Oh.
in town.
The antique shop, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just here on the
Oh.
other side of town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's right over here.
Yeah.
And as the conversation ends,
It's just
you
right
walk
across the
into
street from the Fall Feather Inn.
you guys approach a shop called the Cherished Box. Outside, it looks like a beautiful, like Hans Christian Andersen picture window thing with beautiful little knickknacks inside. You go into this nice door that's got nice carvings on it. There's a triple bell thing that just chimes as you go in. Jing, 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 jing. ching. And wait, ching, 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 ching. That's 4. And then you are inside. This place has some nice incense that's burning. It's dark, but in a cozy way. It's got antiques everywhere of all different kinds. Chairs, tables, sconces. It's got unique clothing. It has some weapons, but they look far more ceremonial than anything. And it just looks something that a place that rich nobles would absolutely enjoy. There is a shopkeeper, a halfling, who's currently talking to a human shopper. And the halfling says, no, I can make sure to put that away for you. Absolutely. You're certainly good for it. And the guy's like, yes. Well, let me look at some of these. And he goes and starts looking at some other things. While the 6 of you all pile in, some of you wet and dripping.
Brenros would like to. Brenros is not as. No, he's kind of noble-ish. He'd walk in and approach the shopkeeper.
All right, the shopkeeper is there. He comes out from behind a little counter and drops down a couple feet and walks over and holds out a small little hand to shake yours, Brenros. Welcome, friends, to the Cherish Box. My name is Abilion, and how can I be of service?
A billion?
A billion.
Why not a trillion?
That's my cousin.
That's delightful, yes.
We're looking for...
There's another high five between the 2 of them.
We're looking for something particular.
I'm dealing the particular. What about this? A rare Ugawan plant deep from the jungles of Luron.
No, thank you.
Oh, what about this? An orc war totem from deep in the Ironlands to
Do
the
not make
east.
me sick, Zener, on you.
I need one of those. I have a whole box of coins. Hang on.
I have a ring forged from the great dwarven hold to the east, Ember Hall.
Chalices.
Are there any medicinal
Chalices.
properties to that
That's what we're
plant?
looking for.
I would not recommend any consumption of that plant. No. Chalices? Did I hear chalices? I hear word has gotten around town. Yes, I have chalices. And he goes around the counter. I've just got these in, and I think you would find them just what you're looking for. And he pulls out a chalice, and it looks gorgeous. It is platinum silver color, and it's got ornate symbols carved into it in red. It's got some paint onto it that adds additional color to the base. It's got a sleek design. It's kind of a tall, almost flute-ish, in champagne flute-ish, and it's got some heraldry intricately designed on it in from Calavier. And Brenros, you finally have laid eyes on a chalice that you've been looking for quite some time, and it's right there in front of you.
Is this the only one that was given to you?
Of course not. No, you need more than one. I am certainly here to service you, and I wish I hadn't said that. And he brings out a second. He brings out a second chalice side by side. And as a pair, I give you a discount. 20 gold for the single. As a pair, just 37 gold. A steal by any measure.
Xander starts reaching for it.
How many?
Not that kind of steal.
How many of these do you have?
This is the pair that I have.
There were 3 others that would have gone with this.
Oh, why? Yes, there were. How do you know that?
Brenros,
Can you hear me?
Brenros turns. I'm muted. Brenros turns around to who he believes has all the coin, which wouldn't be Ignal, it would be Xander who's carrying the box.
This giant metal piggy bank sounding thing, yes.
We have to at least acquire these 2.
Okay. I know what to do.
Well, how come you don't have all 5?
Go ahead. Oh, you're asking him. I'm telling you to go ahead and speak. Oh, so before that happens, hold on. There's something that is said. The other shopper who is here says a little loudly over towards Idrisil. You with the gorgeous chiseled jaw and tweaked ears of an elven god, I certainly could use your
Sylvan
opinion.
turned, yes.
No, I'm only half interested in you, sir. You, the handsome, rakish one with the bow. What do you think of this? And he points at a desk, Idrisil.
Idrisil kind of slightly turns and quaffs his hair a little bit and just says, "What do I think of what, good sir?"
This elven crafted desk. I have a shop that I'm opening up, and I need it's focused on elven craftsmanship and elven lore, and really drawing people in who are of elven ancestry and those that want to be steeped in that culture. But I want to make sure it's authentic. And Billion says that this desk here has been crafted by elven hands, but I'm not sure if it's enough, like if it has enough elven flair to it. It looks kind of there, but not. What are your thoughts?
And this is a human speaking to
This
me?
is a human speaking to you, pointing to a desk that's been carved rather nicely.
I was about to say, what would you say is the quality? Would I be able to tell right away?
Yes, you believe this is of elven craftsmanship. Yes.
Okay. I look at the thing, and I get really close to the desk, almost like I'm inspecting a car. That I'm like trying to trick the salesman. And just look at it, and I'm like down like this, like checking it for level and everything. Some very fine craftsmanship, sure.
You think it'd be it would play well for those? It has the true elven craftsmanship to it. I'm not being a one pulled over on me. You think?
I would say that. Well, are you selling or are you buying?
I'm buying to sell.
Buying.
Get some
okay.
Kelly Blue.
And I kind of look over at the shopkeep who's talking to everyone else, and I look back at the guy. What's he offered you for it? Or what are you offering him?
He is saying 40 gold for this desk in total, coming from elven craftsmanship, and I can't quite get that vibe, and I'm not sure if my customers will. But again, you are an elf, and your opinion comes with some sway.
I would say that this piece at 40 gold would be a fair price to pay this man.
Well, then what do you think of these cloaks? And he takes you over to some cloaks. Meanwhile, the conversation continues with Sir Brenros and Jix. And the shopkeeper.
Yeah, the shopkeeper.
What was your question one more time?
Why don't you have all 5 of the chalices?
I was involved in brokering these chalices, but I only had 2 that were available for me to purchase, and now I make them available to discerning customers like you. Well, not you, but you.
Well, we want 5.
I don't have 5. I can keep my eyes open for any other chalices.
Where can we get the other 3?
Well, they were purchased by other people several days ago. I'm afraid these are the ones that are available. I can lower the price to 35 gold. 35 gold.
You had the other 3 before?
The seller brought them in. I was able to negotiate with some buyers and authenticate what they were. And I was a broker for a deal, and I purchased 2 myself.
Jix gets closer to the counter, sickle in one hand and 2 gold in the other.
All right, he looks
And
concerned.
He's brandishing the sickle and he's showing the gold, and he says,
Who are the other 3?
Sir, I don't understand what your intentions are with that farming tool. What is happening here?
Oh, that's my turn. Me. Xander starts saddling up with the.
Xander trips, falls, drops the thing, gets up, comes over to the counter.
It's okay.
Nudges through everyone.
Walks up, and I will take the box off of my shoulder and set it up on the counter where I'm at.
You put it on the ground and stand on
Just
it.
stand on it. Okay. Hi. You seem like a very reputable businessman. This is
Yes,
the best shop I've ever seen.
I thank you for that. Yes, it is.
It's wonderful, which is why it pains me so to tell you that I'm afraid you have been purchasing stolen goods.
Oh, that would be most unfortunate, but I'm quite confident that's not the case.
I'm
Brenros
certain
looks over
you
to-
are.
Brenros looks over to Xander real quick and says, "Yes, these are the ones."
We just spoke with your seller, Nakan, who is now in the custody of the Brotherhood.
Oh dear.
Yeah, for being a thief for
Jix
the
takes this-
Calavier chalices.
Jix
The 5 of them.
sickle,
Look.
slams it into the counter.
There's the Calavier symbol right there on it. It's these. We found them for you. So I really want to make sure that you do not have a stain on your reputation.
I want no stain. Absolutely not.
Whatsoever. And I would hate for anyone to know that you, I'm sure by accident, purchased stolen chalices from
And,
the kingdom of Calavier.
and you said you're here on behalf of the Brotherhood.
No.
Yes.
We're here on behalf of Calavier, the
Wait,
Brotherhood.
You are, but you are not.
I hire out.
It's a multi-agency operation going on here.
So what is your stake in this then? And I certainly will do whatever is necessary and report this.
Absolutely. And that's all that we ask for, really, because all we're trying to do is return the stolen property to Calavier. And I want to make sure that you get your part of it. Of course you do. You
I
don't
know.
need to be out your business. You
No,
can
and
definitely
that-
get all the credits so that
And
everyone knows
that
your
would be
name.
exactly 33 gold of the price that I paid.
I thought that that's a fantastic price. You're already doing me such a great deal. For all 5 chalices, I will get you 33 gold.
I as I said to the wrinkly green one, I do not have the others. I know who has them, but I myself do not have them.
Okay, great. So let's do this. Since you have these 2 stolen chalices, and you know where the other 3 stolen chalices are, I will give you
Yes.
21 gold for these 2 chalices and all of the information you have on where you took the other 3. And no one has to know that you bought stolen chalices from Calavier.
No, okay, let's
Jix
keep
takes the
it
sickle and
quiet.
Just scrapes it on the counter.
Let's keep that's a little quiet now. The human buyer kind of looks across the room next to you, Yggdrasil, and says, "That's interesting."
Yeah. So you were saying about the cloaks.
Well, I'm thinking of absolutely buying these. The shop I'm opening is going to be called the Wayward Elf. How does that sound?
It sounds like a rip-off of a old 80s band, but you know, that's just me.
Well,
That's a good name, sir. It's a good name.
You're certainly knowledgeable, and it's appreciated. And I feel like we have a bit of a connection here. And as you see, I'm Daggleson, by the way, Daggleson. And your name?
My name is Yggdrasil Diggles. Nice to meet you.
My name is Daggleson, sir.
Diggles is okay.
It's easy to not get quite, but that's neither here nor there. Now look, I'm opening up this shop in Mirskan, and I think we might be able to do some business together, some very lucrative business. With your knowledge and my business know-how, I think there could be a little bit of coin coming our way. How does that tickle your fancy?
It just looks confused at the guy. You started off as a buyer in a restaurant. Now you're proposing a deal?
Yes, I have a lot of goods that I need to get a hold of here. I need to ship them to Mirskan, where my store is being prepared right now. For a small loan of just 25 gold, you could help get my goods. Why are you laughing, Knight? You're not involved in this conversation. Shut it. We're doing business.
Just talking
Muting.
extra loud. Instead of getting quieter. 25 gold.
For just 25 gold, you could help me get the goods back to Mirskan, and I would offer to pay you back twice as much once I'm back in Mirskan. You show up to the store. I will return with 50 gold into your hands, and then with your knowledge of elven culture, which you clearly have a mastery of, we could look at possible future opportunities of investing into the shop, where you could help with purchases and get return on your gain with no time investment of pretty much any kind on your part. Quite the deal.
While he was like making that whole sales pitch, Idrisil kind of took the conversation from the cloak section over to the dresses section.
Okay.
And he's just filing through colors and just doesn't really care about what the guy has to say.
This, no.
It's not going to be slimming it out. That's going to look horrible. Yeah, he just looks up at the guy and says, you seemed a bit genuine about the desk. You seemed less and less genuine about the cloaks. Now I fear that you seek to use me and
For my body.
not for my body, for my elven ancestry and my knowledge. It seems that's the only connection you wish for me to have.
Oh no, friend. This is a business opportunity.
Say no more.
It's an MLM scam.
My friends and I are not interested in selling knives or anything at this juncture for you, or bringing anything to you. I'm definitely not going to give you any of my gold. I suggest you wrap up your business in this shop and be on your merry way.
Well, that's unfortunate. I had hoped an arrangement could be made. If you change your mind,
I'll look for you in Mirskan if I'm venture that way.
Fair enough.
And I'll be sure to look for the werewood elf if I make that way as well.
And back at the counter, the halfling store owner, Billion, says, okay, yes, I think that's an absolute deal. You have a deal, friend. And he shakes your hand, Xander. And he starts wrapping up the chalices and putting them in some sort of hay, a little mini crate with some hay in there so they don't get damaged. He doesn't want them damaged or nicked in any way. Although Sir Brenros is like, I want to destroy. He's got them in there. And he says, and the coins that you promised, yes?
Right! Xander jumps down off of the box, reaches down, picks up the box, tries it, put it up on the counter up high. Hey Jix, can you open this box for me? I've got to get some gold out of there.
Yeah, I can do that.
Jix takes it off the counter, puts it back down on the ground.
Okay.
How much did you got you
A
and
bang! A bang! A bang!
did you and the little guy? How much gold did you and the little guy agree on?
21.
21 gold.
21 gold for both chalices and all the information on the other stolen chalices from Calavier.
Shh. Sir, we have a deal. Let's keep this between good gentlemen.
Jix pops up, head back above the counter.
Oh yeah. So before I open this and get the gold out, names, addresses, descriptions.
Look, I don't mean to be prickly or anything, but perhaps if I could just see the coins, we could have a stack of 10 and a stack of 10 and one just right here.
There's 2 and a sickle.
Igno will stack 2 stacks of 10 and 1 on top.
Very good, very good. Then yes, we certainly have a deal, and he doesn't take them or anything like that. There was a Thavian by the name of Darius. Darius. He purchased it and was taking the chalice to his hometown of Sarvid. I see you're all typing right now. I'll wait.
How long?
Keep going.
How long ago did you give this to him?
That was 3 days ago.
Do you know if he was leaving immediately?
I believe so. He was here specifically. I believe he was one specifically here for the chalice, but he wanted it authenticated by an expert like myself, and so I provided that service to our associate Nakan, who is now indisposed.
And the
Yes,
other
wait.
two.
The other two. The other one was brought, but I can't remember his name. It was a dwarf. He was missing a good half of his nose, though. He took interest in the deal. He was on his way back home from his travels.
You don't
Said
keep
he only-
records with names of things people bought?
No, I do not. I deal more on reputations. He was just in the store, or did Nakan bring him? I can't quite remember. But he said he owned a shop in Mirskan, and that the chalice would look great on a mantle of his. He seemed more of a curiosity interest, whereas the other Doris was so determined to get a hold of this. He was quite the chalice enthusiast.
And there's one more.
The last one. Oh, yes. It was a chalice. I sold it to a local businessman who was looking for a gift for his son. It was a birthday, I believe.
Name?
That was just yesterday. He's the most wealthiest man in town. Goes by the name Anchel.
Anchel?
You know him.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're very close.
Excellent.
It just so from across the
Sildren
store,
is
here's the word Anchiel. And it's just
Yeah, like Sildren and Edersil just exchanged looks and just
Yeah.
like, oh god.
Speaking of Sildren,
Even Yathane's like, oh.
Speaking of Sildren, you hear a voice as someone slides up to you and says, "Hey, friend, what do you think of these cloaks over here?
Let's take a look.
Come take a look. I value your opinion."
No, bug it off, you. Come on.
Sir, this is a
Sildren ignores
business
him.
dealing between this
Enough
archer
out
and
of you,
myself.
sir. Or I'll tell the store clerk that you're trying to sell off your ways in his store.
And he says, "Very well, I will take my leave, but if you want to make a deal, find me outside," he says to Sildren. And he winks and he heads outside. All right.
Sildren goes outside.
Okay. Sildren
Gives him a nice eye roll and walks up to the counter.
All right, Sildren, you're outside. The guy says, "Hey, I just spoke with one of your friends, and he's so excited to get involved in this new opportunity. I'm opening up a shop in Mirskan. He said he didn't quite have the funds at hand. He recommended you as a man who knew business and means, and I have an opportunity to get a lot of goods to Mirskan, where I'm opening up a shop that focuses on elven heritage." For a few coins, you could
No,
invest.
I was ready to give you gold, but then you lied to me, and that's unfortunate. And then Sildren turns around and walks out. Walks back inside.
All right. Inside, the shopkeeper Billion says, "So I'll be taking this, and everything is good, and you have this." And he hands you the box with the 2 chalices, and he scoops up the 21 gold.
I'll give you 1 more gold if you give me that dwarven ring you were talking about.
Oh, that one's priced a little higher than that. That's at 8 gold, my friend.
I think 1 will suffice.
I'm
You
so
have a lot of
sorry.
gold here. You have a lot of gold.
Yes, but I must keep the lights on. I must keep the flames burning.
But clearly, I mean, you could probably do it for 4.
Jix, make a thievery roll. Xander, make a diplomacy roll.
24 for Xander.
21 for the thievery.
The guy says, 8 gold is as low as I can possibly go. Jix, with a click in your thieves tool, you're able to get the lockbox on the floor open, and inside is a random loose pile you estimate to be more than 70 gold in there.
70?
There's a lot of gold in this box, guys.
70?
Let's save that for later. Close it up and save it for later.
But I just got it open.
Don't have to lock it. Just close it up. We'll talk about it later.
Brenros feels the lightness of 6 gold in his pocket, and he's just like,
It's weighing heavily on him somehow.
His mouth drools.
Well, we take our leave, and if
Grumpily, apparently, but yes.
your memory should get jogged, and you remember that dwarf's name, we're at the Fall Feathers Inn.
Duly noted, and I hope that your memory will not be jogged about this incident whatsoever.
We'll see.
Can Idrisil make a thievery roll in the commotion of us leaving to get that ring?
You can. It would be a stealth roll, then a thievery roll, and that would be. It would not be easy. You can certainly try.
If
With a-
Sildren sees what he's doing, he's going to try to cut him off from doing it.
Sildren, make a perception roll. Idrisil, make a. Actually, no, Sildren, don't make that roll. Stealth roll from Idrisil.
Stealth roll. Ooh, 15.
15. Sildren, you can easily see him creeping over.
Just
And Sildren just gives Idrisil just a really meaningful look and is like,
along with the shopkeeper doing the exact same
Yeah.
thing.
The shopkeeper sees you out of the corner of his eyes.
Every single person just stares at each other. Just
No. The shopkeeper sees you and says, "No, on the other side of the counter, please. Thank you. Good day."
head out.
Abelians, it was a pleasure speaking with you. I wish you all the best of luck in your cherished box. It'd be lovely to see you again.
And I hope you come back, because you know what they say about my shop. It's 1 in a billion. Oh my God. Yes.
Halflings, you guys are the best.
Okay. And you guys leave, and he is thankful he doesn't die somehow with the way you guys have been going, and you are outside. And let's take our break there. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we are back, and you folks have just left the cherished box. And I am so glad I haven't gotten any comments about that name so far. And what would you folks like? Too late, chicks. What would you guys like to do?
the too low of a hanging fruit, you know.
We're in my mind. Where would we like to go, group?
Ignore. You should hold on to these, Sir Brenros, and I give him the 2 chalices that were just purchased.
All right. He gives you a small wooden crate, slatted crate with hay inside, and 2 chalices taken from your queen's hall in your kingdom far away.
Shall we go back to the Fall Feather Inn, deal with these chalices, and make a plan?
What time of day is it?
It is early afternoon, maybe 11 noon.
And I have verified that these are, in fact, the chalices.
You know absolutely these are the chalices. You've seen them over the years. You have been hoping one day you would earn the right to be drinking from them at the request of your queen for a heroic deed. It's normally given to generals, commanders for doing, or heroes doing something incredibly powerful and protective of the kingdom. Now, though, that they've been removed from the kingdom, their heroic spirits that they imbibe, when imbibed, and give to the drinker, have been spoiled and ruined, and the magic is now foul and would give no benefit to heroes these days.
Sad as it is, they will have to be dealt with immediately. And is there a
Smash! Throws him on the ground.
Low on gold, he goes to the next antique shop.
What can I get for these? Looking for a smith, preferably with a large forge.
You know of a blacksmith in town that's working on your shield.
That'll do.
All right, you walk in. I said it would be 2 days. What's wrong with you?
I wish to have something smelted down and destroyed.
What are you talking about?
I need these items broken down.
You show him the chalices?
I do.
Did you show him the chalices or just the box?
I show him the chalices.
Ooh! Can I have just a little? What? Xander's pointing to the shiny jewel on the side. That one right there.
The shiny jewel on the side of the chalice.
Soldier's hand comes in and smacks Xander's.
Sildren is the mom of the group today. Just no.
I thought there was something Brenros missed. No. No, it must all go. I'm sorry, Xander.
Yeah, okay, but it's not going to look so good when it comes out. You need it like, you want it in a shape like a star or a disc?
A puddle.
I've got a Christmas tree ornament we can do.
Molten heap will do.
A molten heap.
Yeah, all right.
Melted down.
And he melts them down and hammers them and destroys them and goes to work with his big arms and great big furnace and destroys these chalices and gives you this big slag heap after about 15 minutes of work and throws this hot heap of slag on the ground.
Are any ghosts supposed to fly out or something?
In my opinion, does that qualify as their destruction, or are there additional steps past that?
That is good enough.
All that's left is you have to pee on it.
And I'm in my armor.
Hold.
Shaking the leg.
Someone tip me upside down.
That'll be enough. And I offer him a small pittance of coin. 20.
That'll be
silver?
6.5 gold. You give him some silver, is that right?
Yes, 20 silver for the use of his forge.
20 silver.
Wow.
Well, thank you, sir.
Couldn't he just keep the gold?
Couldn't he just keep the what?
The chalice gold. The ruby's still right there on the side.
Deal. And he hands back the silver.
Excuse me.
I will use this and make an even bigger chalice.
It's a Kanoko mug type thing. All right. Well, the deed for these two is done, and 3 remain. I'm grateful to you all for coming this far and getting this much done.
There's one still here in town.
And let's go someplace where we can sit down. There's something I have to, I guess, tell you all.
I don't like the sound of that. Okay.
I like stupid
Pegs! Let's go to Pegs!
eggs.
Okay.
Sildren's breaking up with us.
Cheers.
Going back home.
It's not you,
Too
it's
much.
Jix. All right, you guys are at Peg's Tavern. You're on the second story in the balcony section. Your favorite table is there, and you're all gathered around. Peg brings some drinks, chats with you briefly when Sildren drops some heavy-sounding info your way.
Last night, the spirit of Keth visited me in the form of a bear. And in that dream, in the vision, I saw 5 cups, like these chalices that we seek. There were 3 rivers that came of black water, and they basically washed over us. I was warned that any that drink of them will come to ruin and will
bring evil with them. As Keth has given me this, Sir Brenros, I am committed fully to eliminating the presence of these chalices. So, if you will have my company, I will accompany you on the quest to fulfill destroying them.
Brenros, touched by the sentiment, rises up, and most certainly I would have your company. And if you are bound in such a way by your god, I do so with humility. Thank you.
Let us pray.
No, he doesn't say that.
We do know where the others are, or at least one would be closer to us.
I have an idea on how to at least get into his house.
You seemed very distressed when the name came up.
Oh, he's a grade A piece of shit.
Well, you remember, Antioch. You're the one that took us there.
Of course I remember.
We've
It's his ledger that just was returned as well.
But do you remember that asinine game they played when we were there? I think it was Tingle Toss. Toss my tingle. Something like that.
I remember.
I recall.
The kitchen was pretty big.
You were great at it.
I didn't play.
I think I'm missing some details here, guys.
There was a game they played. They threw little things on little things. It was stupid, but if we bring a world-class Tingle Toss player,
I wasn't expecting that sentence tonight.
maybe we could get into his house and, like before, somebody can get some sticky fingers and, while he is distracted, we could,
So many
make
episode titles
this
here right now.
easy peasy. Unless somebody else has a better plan.
That's a pretty good plan. Who's the Tingle Tosser?
Well, the only one he doesn't know is little Jixie here.
What?
We need a music sting right there.
What do I have to toss?
Tingles.
And what's a tingle exactly?
Come back here, I'll show you.
Sildren gets even more serious.
And then says, let us pray.
It's just like the hammer tossing, because that didn't go so well for old
No,
Dexter.
it's not like that. What do you mean? I thought you became a king that night.
I had to go through a lot of shit to get that.
You're
that
so
king.
proud to be the king of the Hammer Brothers, though.
No one hammerheads, and nobody seems to know who they are. It's
And
not working out.
all
for
that
me.
matters is you know who they are, right?
Motorcycle groups haven't been invented yet. That's the only problem. So we don't know who the hammerheads are.
Oh! I could be like the herald, the one that announces him who he is, and you could be like his bodyguard, Iggy, and Idrisil and Sildren. You guys could be like the investors, like the guys who show up and like make sure that he gets all the bookings right, so he can make it into all the games. And Brenros, you could be
He's
Brenros.
a referee.
Would he not, in the sight of truth and understanding of what these actually are, would just surrender the chalices themselves?
No, there's
He may
no way.
with some aggressive negotiations.
Mm.
I like that phrase.
I got my pliers ready.
Jesus, Iggy.
No idea what's going on here, guys.
It's all right. It's all right. You just
Wait.
follow our lead.
We found out who the Tingle Tosser is.
if you can't spot the Tingle Tosser in the room,
It's probably
Is this something that comes in a vial or in a bag? Can I
I'm so
quick
lost.
toss this?
Oh my god.
I think your quick toss ability might come in handy. We really just need you to keep him busy and make a distraction.
Well, I can make a distraction for sure. I got that locked down.
Yep.
That's what we need.
I don't know how
Also-
to Tingle Toss. What
He
would
just
I
said
be
the
doing?
last time that we saw NCL, we were in disguise. There's no way he'd know who we are.
He seemed to recognize me when
you and I, Brenros, and you and I, we're not in disguise.
Well, Sojourn, I've got a few outfits that you could try on if you want to go in disguise.
Jix, you got one of those potions?
Which one? I got cheetah elixir. I got centipede venom. I got infiltrator's potion. I got Bravo sprue. I've got. What do you want?
He's just going through his bag.
The one that changes your appearance.
That would be infiltrator's elixir. You could just say that.
Yeah, that one.
What's only good for like a minute? How long does this Tinkle
You
Toss
said
take?
10 minutes last time.
Well, let me check my stats. Hold on. That's infiltrators.
He's just flipping through his book here.
Let's see.
He's reading the label on the back of the bottle.
Directions for use.
His glasses out. Infiltrator's elixir.
Warning: this product contains goblin spit.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Do not
We're good for 10 minutes.
Not for human use.
It might come in handy for whoever is going to try and steal this thing.
just every 10 minutes. I gotta go to the bathroom. Just hold on.
Come out with
only
just a
have-
little bit different.
I have 2 of them. Is that enough?
Is this the plan?
Perhaps.
I don't know. It was the only plan I could come up with this much notice. Does anybody else have any ideas? We could just storm the place.
That would be the other plan, to just walk in and
I don't think that'll go over so well. I'm sure he has. If he hasn't been arrested and carted off to the mines yet, he probably has friends amongst the Brotherhood.
Brenros needs to check himself and make sure that this falls into his paladin-esque qualities.
Well, you have a history of it, so let's start there.
Apparently, I've been skating that line.
So just a quick recap. The group has been to Anchiel's birthday party at his estate several adventures ago, where minus Jix, where Sir Brenros was himself and was going as a guest, and you're kind of crashing the party, and Anchiel loved it, and it was great. But there were 2 people in dresses, and
Xander and Eagersil. Yep.
yes, and they were going as women, and there were
Chastity.
Slave
Yes.
women at that.
slaves. Yep. And I think Sildren was a guard, and Iggy was a guard, something along those
Yeah.
lines. And but were you guys? Who was the slaver then?
Brenros.
Yeah.
He was selling us.
Brenros.
So it's
Working on
more than
behalf
the
of
little
the slaver.
gray.
He was literally on behalf of the slaver. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was all for a good cause. You were trying to find the slaver.
For good
It
cause.
also did not end well. A very innocent person
yeah.
wound up.
Yeah, you guys got the hell out of that party quickly.
And we may or may not have some items in our possession that we didn't have when we got there.
Like the book.
And the
that bow, we probably
the
should
bow
not
that I'm
bring.
using.
You probably shouldn't bring that bow back.
Would I be welcomed or recognized if I go back? Do you think?
You'd probably be
Yes and
recognized.
no.
Recognized for sure. Welcome.
If you don't, Sir Brenros, if you do not want to participate in this plan, by all means, you can stand guard outside. I don't want to force you to do something that's
Somehow now against your
would your
Your
moral
ever
code.
shifting goalpost of a code.
Only based on who I am. Then I'll Brenros will offer to stand outside and be a guard for his companion.
I will do what the plot demands I do.
So you will not allow I don't know the exact code, but my guess is that you're not going to allow misdeeds by action, but by not acting,
It's actually way more specific than that, fortunately. It's specific evil acts. And
okay.
So murder,
Just
torture.
recovering property that was stolen already.
But as Tom indicated, for the greater good. The greater good.
The grade.
And we may even do less harm this way than we would by just storming in. So in a way, we're doing, from a certain point of view, we're doing the right thing.
So just so I'm clear, Sir Brenros is not going in on the mission to recover Sir Brenros's chalice. Do I have that correct?
It seems to be, yes.
Okay.
He's watching guard.
He's
I'm
sending in
participating.
lackeys to do the
keeping
work
guard.
that he
Well,
needs done.
If I'm understanding it correctly, I was the face man on the other.
Yes.
adventure, So
Yes.
I would
okay.
be more readily.
I'm just laying some guilt. All right.
You don't do the same con twice. You do the next con.
You do the next con.
In Brenros's defense, we did not go there to steal anything. It just happened to
Weird.
We
out.
do have
work
Jix,
out that way.
who is an extra man, so this is Ocean's 12 if we do.
You don't need to convince me.
have the
I'm all
extra
for
man.
murdering everybody, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah, I'm okay with. Idrisil's totally fine with just going in out as a blazing.
Yeah, I'm
Xander foot forward,
I'm fine
Open the
going in
door.
as ourselves too, and just saying this is what's going to happen. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we need that chalice, and it's going to cause untold ill if it remains out. So I guess
Okay, then let's just go in. Let's knock on the door and say we need to talk to Angie.
we want the ledger
Where's
back.
this anchovy guy live anyway?
He's across town.
Yeah, he's involved. He's a merchant. He's involved in a lot of both legal and illegal things.
So when are we doing this?
Right now, let's go.
Okay. You guys.
Do you need time to prepare?
Me?
Jix? Yeah.
Need to
Are
practice
you ready?
tossing some tingles.
The potions I got are the potions I got, so we'll just go with it.
All right.
You guys do spend, let's say, about an hour or so healing up because some of you were
Yes.
damaged. So with some medical kits and a heck of a lot of incredibly powerful lay on hands for Sir Brenros, you guys can instantly get all your health back.
Thank you.
Because Sir Brenros, how much do you heal per use of lay on hands?
18 at my present.
And that's 18 every 10 minutes.
Every 10
That's-
minutes outside
yeah.
of combat.
Wow.
That's under 110 or so hit points an hour. That's just crazy.
And it's only been one day since Brenros went to get his shield fixed, right?
It hasn't. It's been a
Same
few
thing.
hours. Yeah.
No one is more painfully
Oh, we
aware
just-
of the time without
We
that
just
shield
went
than I am.
to the fall fitter. We didn't
Yeah.
sleep.
Okay, you guys go across town to the slightly nicer part of town. It's not the tavern is not a massive place, but there are a few distinct vibes to neighborhoods. And in particular, this is a nice part of town where you find Anshiel's estate. It is a walled estate. You can see some trees just sticking out on the other side. There's a gate that is closed. There is a guard on the other side of the gate. The house looks nice beyond. It's got awnings and balconies. It's got a couple pillars outside the front door. And you guys approach the front gate in mass without Sir Brenros, I believe.
No, we're all. I think the final verdict was that we're just going to walk in and acquire the chalice.
Okay.
Seemed to
Obviously
be
requested. No subterfuge or anything there.
All right. You guys.
I would say maybe let Xander lead to start so we can get a good, opening talk and distraction, if, as it were, I guess.
Yes.
Reception-ish type of thing.
Yes.
And or
What the hell? Okay. You guys are you're walking up to the gate. There's a guard there, and he looks through the bars of the gate and says, good afternoon. What can we do for you?
Good afternoon, friends. My name is Xander. These are the defenders of the realm, and we're here to greet Anshiel and to give a great birthday greetings to his son, the new person who just had the birthday. Cheers to that.
He says, and what's your name?
I'm Xander. We're the defenders.
Hold on. I'll go see if they're receiving company. I'll be right back.
Excellent.
And he walks through the courtyard, past a little fountain, and knocks on the door. Yeah, and then the door opens. He speaks to a servant, and he waits, and he points some distance away at the gate. And he stands there and he waits. He nods at you guys from afar, folds his arms. And after a while, the door opens again at the front of the estate. Someone speaks to him, and he walks over to the gate and says, boy, it's getting hard to make that walk back and forth to the gate, seeing as I'm just 2 weeks out from retirement. Gonna spend some time with my wife and 2 kids.
That's
really looking forward to that.
That was lovely for you.
Hoping this night goes smoothly.
Tonight's,
My son is also having a birthday.
After getting over that leukemia, we're very excited to celebrate.
One-legged Jimmy.
They're happy to see some guests. Come on in. And he unlocks the gate, and the gate creaks open, and he motions for you to come in. Doesn't say anything at all about you bristling with weapons. Let me check. The knight, no. The goblin with a weird sickle, he raises an eyebrow at. Sildren looks kind of chill. Idrisil looks kind of chill. Xander has no weapon. But then there's this big maul-wielding dwarf.
2 weeks, buddy. That's all you got. Just keep thinking about going home.
I see you looking at my friend Iggy. Have you seen him do his fruit smashing? He's a hit.
Oh, he's a comedian?
Yeah, I brought him along. I figured it'd be fun.
I'm real fucking funny.
All right.
All
Hey.
Gallagher, heavy bringer.
Hey, dwarf. All right, tell me a joke then. I haven't heard a joke all day.
We can play Xander for this.
I don't think I'm gonna do that. If I wanted a joke, I'd follow you into the water closet and watch you pee.
All right, that's pretty good. All right. And he motions to the door. You knock upon the door, and a butler opens it and says, welcome. You are here to give gifts to the young man of the house. Is that correct?
Almost, yes. We're here to say happy birthday to the young man of the house and to bestow our signatures and presents. I am Xander. These are the defenders.
All right, please come in and wipe your feet here at the door.
Right here?
No, inside. And he comes in and closes the door. There's a beautiful foyer in there. There's some armor and statues, some nice paintings, some murals, and there is a big set of wide stairs that go up to a balcony to the second floor. And you hear some people and some commotion on the second floor. And you hear come on, they're doing some more birthday stuff. And a teenager comes out, a human teenager, rather handsome young lad comes out to the balcony and stands there and says, hey, and he waves at you guys down at the bottom floor in the foyer and says, what's going on with my birthday? And you hear from behind him, hold on. And Anshiel, the wealthiest man in Tavernry, comes in, and he's got this very exotic looking robe on that he ties around, and he comes to the balcony, leans over and says, oh, this is so exciting. You're here to bring gifts and sing happy birthday, Viren. Listen to the birthday song they will sing.
Viren, we're so happy to see you, and we're glad that you're alive. We were afraid you were all dead. You don't know this, but
Why don't you two come on downstairs?
Relic in your house. Notice. Xander glows purple with his hands out. Detecting magic.
You detect no magic, and Virid, the young man, says, that doesn't seem like a birthday song at all. This doesn't...
The light goes back out. Xander pulls in the aura. We will sing happy birthday because you are still alive, and we're very, very happy to hear that.
All right, go ahead.
There's a cursed relic in here that we need to make sure is
this
free
some sort
from
of
your grasp.
story? Is this a play, Dad? I don't know.
You should know.
Wait a minute.
Ruin comes to people who do
I think I know you, he says, pointing at Sir Brenros. You look quite familiar. And Anshiel comes down these stairs very gallantly with a strut as he comes down, and comes down in the foyer, his son staying up above. And there is a guard who also comes into the foyer, an armored guard, but he's very lackadaisical, just like eating an apple and just leaning against a wall. And Anshiel comes in and says, we've met before, haven't we? Pointing to Sir Brenros, while Sildren is trying to disappear behind a column.
Yes.
No? Sildren is not. Okay.
I believe we have.
Many
moons ago.
Wasn't it just a couple of moons? You were at my birthday party. Wasn't that quite the scandalous night?
Yes, indeed. Very highbrow affair. And quite the commotion.
What was your favorite part of that night?
My favorite part?
Tingle tossing.
Would be I've taken quite an interest in the tingle tossing, the tossing of the tingles.
Oh, that's right, the tingle toss.
Yes,
that's right. And you were with one of the council members, part of his entourage, were you not?
I believe I was at that time.
Yes,
I'm not entirely sure.
You didn't do the tingle toss,
no.
But right as we were doing it, you demanded that you sing the song of Numer the Three-Legged Hobbit. Come on, let's sing that song for us once more. You sang it so beautifully with such a rich voice. Verid, listen to this. This is quite the singer here of Numer the Three-Legged Hobbit. Go ahead.
You're a horrible person, Tom.
The floor is yours, and the whole foyer gets very quiet. Just the flicker of the torches is the only sound.
Numer the Three-Legged Hobbit. When where did his other leg go? He lost it in a bet playing Tingle Toss. And that's all I know.
Yeah! Yay!
Good job. Good job.
Oh, yes.
The lyrics aren't quite what I remember, but
Different verse, I'm sure.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
well, that's very good. Now, there was some mention of some sort of cursed presents you were bringing. Did I hear that right? For Virid? Virid, they brought presents. Come on down. Don't be shy. Oh, do I? And Virid comes down.
You had some presents yourself. I've heard, Virid. I'm very interested. Had you opened your presents yet?
Virid says, yeah, I got some of my presents. The stupid one was the spiders. Oh, come on. Then I got a necklace, and I got some gift cards for Amazon, and I got some new bedding. I mean, who cares about that? I mean, I asked for Xbox stuff, and I didn't get any of that. And as he's talking, Anchiel has a raised eyebrow at Sildren.
Sildren just winks.
Anchiel steps over to you. You are not here for Virid.
No, not so much.
I need help. I need guards here immediately.
It just like covers Matt. No, shh.
You disappear from view.
Jix breaks out in Goblin Song.
Okay, the nearby guard drops his apple and draws a sword. Confused Jix, you're breaking out a song.
Jix looks up at Virid. Is that his name?
Virid.
And says,
Happy birthday! It's your birthday! Have a party and let's be happy! Time to sing and time to bring the gifts of birth and afterbirth!
and like pulls some afterbirth out of his bag.
Oh my god!
Happy birthday, Byron!
And throws it up on the balcony.
All right, it goes a little too high and sticks to the ceiling like one of those rubber guys, and it's just hanging there, dripping some stuff. And Anchiel is still squealing. This is a thief! This is a robber!
Calm yourself. Calm yourself. We're here to entertain the young lad.
The guard is running across and has his sword out and is yelling at you, Sildren. Unhand him!
No. I'm basically gonna just take him and spin him around and sort of use him as a shield. Yeah.
All right, he has 6 points before he breaks like a wooden shield. And the guard comes and strikes at you, Sildren.
Okay.
And he lashes out, unhand him! And Anchiel is hit.
Oh no!
For 6 points of damage.
Can Brenros, is he within 15 feet of Anchiel?
Yes.
Would step into, having seen the where the blow is actually going to go. Attempts to block. Attempts to block the blow partially with his shield.
All right, so you're doing your retributive strike, correct?
Retributive strike.
All right, you step in, you can block all of that damage. You become a human shield for the human shield in front of Sildren. You block that damage. You also can make a strike on the guard if you'd like.
That will not be necessary. It'll be more
cinematic block.
Very loud, clanging blow. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, big, loud clang. He hits. Anchiel is going, And he realizes for a second after the loud clang, he's not dead. There is silence, and there's a bit of pause in the chaos.
Hold your hand, Anchiel. We come to discuss other things. We are not here to hurt you. We need to find an object that is, or rather should not be, in your possession. It is a cursed object, and you are holding on to it. Will you surrender it? Will you help us? This was the only way we could see you.
The most nastiest creature within the entire estate appears, stomping out onto the balcony above. Comes the wife of the house, Krish. She comes storming out, big lady, big hipped lady, and says, "What is the meaning of all of this? You are causing quite a bit of chaos here, and you're banging on your stupid smashings and loudness. Take this all outside. I will not stand for disrespect and the mud you are bringing in to my precious clean foyer."
That's not mud.
And as Jix says that, there's a splat as weird, gooey red stuff splats on the floor. Oh my! And Anchiel says, they're robbing us! They're robbing us, darling!
Actually, he says,
Oh, you got him gagged? You feel a little tongue action on your hand, by the way, Stildren.
Wait! It's not what it seems! We're here to give a birthday gift to the guy, and we're here to make sure that all curses are free from your house at no charge!
Make a diplomacy roll so high.
You know what? That's a 7 plus 13 for a 20, but I actually going to use a hero point on this one because it seems like the right thing to do.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah! Awesome! For 3 plus 13 instead of 7 for a total of 16!
All right. Krish up above looks at you in silence. Her son breaks the silence and finally says, "This is so cool." And she runs down the hallway in the upper floor, yelling, "Guards! Guards!" As loud as she can.
This is going great.
pretty much
Brenros,
how we could have expected.
Comes up to Virid.
Okay.
If that's okay, Chris, you mind if I
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. Goes up to Virid. Virid, I know things are uncertain right now, but I have to ask, did you receive a chalice today?
Pirate says, yeah,
Where
Dad,
is it?
it's in my room. I tossed it in a box.
Getting closer to Virid. Virid, you have to understand the importance of what it is that's going on here. That item is...
It's cursed!
It is cursed. And I would need your help to destroy
So
it.
cursed!
Virid, would you trade that item for another gift?
Yeah, I don't like that. Stupid cup.
Can you go get it for us, and I will give you your other gift?
Absolutely. Yeah. And he goes running up the stairs while at the same time, off in the distance, guards, guards! And you can hear a big loud bell ringing.
I'm gonna say to Anchiel, and when the guards get here, you're going to have them stand down if you want to survive through this, and then he'll release his hand off of his mouth.
Make an intimidation roll, Sildren.
16.
16. He doesn't say much of anything, and Virid comes back down the stairs with a chalice hanging upside down. He's got it held by a handkerchief, so his fingers aren't actually touching this supposedly cursed item, and he brings it down.
Is this one of the chalices that I can tell?
Good question. It is indeed one of the chalices.
My good man, why don't you hand that to my friend here? And I motion to Brenros.
Okay.
And I will give you your gift that we came to bring.
Well, what is it?
You might be a little young, so I'll excuse you, but you're standing in front of the realm's most famous comedian. I'm Fuck Tarkington.
Okay. Is this all a big joke?
No, I'm here to...
And Shiel's shaking his head.
It
no.
is, for sure. It's a big joke, because I'm going to tell you some great jokes here. Some real
Okay.
Hand
Where's
that,
your dummy?
He literally has a captive audience right now.
hand that chalice over to my good man here.
He hands it over to you, and the front door opens where an old guard comes in slowly, aching bones, and has a sword drawn. What's going on?
Oh, come in, my old sir. We're about to tell some jokes.
Anchiel says, "Spiders, spiders."
Hey, Vyra, do you know what the difference between a joke and two dicks is?
No.
Your dad Anchiel can't take a joke.
I don't understand.
Anchiel does not like that one bit.
Vyra, I met a girl.
Byron's smiling, by the way, like her.
I met a girl the other day. She had 12 nipples. Sounds fun, doesn't it?
Brenros off to the side.
Doesn't it? Come on. That was a good one.
Ballroom just dies.
God damn it. Hey, Vyra, do you know how you get an apple pregnant?
How?
You come inside her.
Oh, like a cider! Right!
Yeah.
It just feels like leaning on the old guard. Yeah, he's great with teens to early 20s. It's fantastic. All hour.
Book him for your bar mitzvah.
The guard is backing out the front door. Keep going.
Do you know what I don't know how long I can keep this up.
We got this set wrapped up, buddy. Let's go.
Vyra, do you know what the difference between a podiatrist and a urologist is?
I don't know those words.
One of them is way more impressed when you show him a foot. Hey, Vyra, I'm gonna close the show out on this one. Your mother, Creed, asked me the other day what a cream pie was. I made sure to fill her in.
No! How dare you? How dare you close with that?
There goes our Hasbro sponsorship.
I think Brenros lost his paladin.
Just by listening to that set,
Brenros
you
tries to
lost
deflect
your
that
god
last
left.
joke with a shield.
So, Fat, happy birthday, my good boy. And we'll take our leave now.
All right. Vyra's just there in shock, just...
I'm gonna walk outside with Anchiel sort of like, on my arm, and we'll chat with them on the way out.
Okay, you guys are outside, and you are just outside the door with Anchiel. As soon as you get outside, you see that there is a small supply shed off to the side. And in there is a door that's open, and the guard is inside there going, get! And a large spider, about 4.5 feet tall, comes scuttling out on spindly legs, and it starts moving around towards the gate and moves around and starts quickly moving towards you guys at the front door, while he is fighting a second spider inside the shed that's attacking the old guard.
Anchiel,
Spiders?
What's that?
Are these real spiders?
These are real spiders, and Anchiel is excited. Get him! Get him!
we're gonna go save your guard.
Yeah, someone's attacking his old guard?
Yeah, we're gonna save your guard. Stay here. He's 2 weeks, man. We gotta save him. 2 weeks. He's
His
short,
family
man.
would probably get pretty good hazard pay if he got on the job.
Yeah, but they're going to short him on the pension if he doesn't fulfill the contract.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
So Sildren will push him down tell him to stay. Be a good Anchiel. Stay.
All right, he's down on the ground.
And he's going to draw his bow and take a shot at the spider that's in with the other guard.
All right, so there are 2 spiders that are involved. There's one you can see just inside the dark shed that he can't get out and is attacking him, the guard. And that's spider number 2. Spider number 1 is racing towards you guys, and first up is Sir Brenros. Actually, hold on. I have not rolled initiative. First up is not Sir Brenros. Clearly, first up is Sildren.
With me last.
Yep. Sorry.
The bow bangs as I take a shot at one of the spiders.
Okay, which one? The one
spider
coming at
that's
you?
in the guard shed.
All right,
With
go
the
for
guard.
it.
Never mind the one that's charging us. He's fine.
Total of 30 to hit.
It's a little hard to see in the dark shed, and you don't want to hit the guard, but you still strike true and hit.
Excellent. For a whopping 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage. You don't know if you hit or not.
However, Yathane screams in and attacks the spider in there as well.
Okay.
Nothing like a tight shed for a large
A swooping bird attack, yes.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah. All right, there we go. Total of 13.
That is a miss.
Yes.
All right. That was Sildren. Jix, you're next.
Jix looks in there and does a quick bomber of a Tanglefoot bag.
At whom?
The spider.
Which spider?
Which spider?
There's one racing at us, and there's one fighting the old guy.
Jix honestly he doesn't know what's going on, so he just when somebody ran out to go save the old guy in the guard shack, he just followed. So the guard shack spider.
Okay.
Tanglefoot bag.
That's code for Tim doesn't know what's going on.
22.
22 for the one in the shed is a miss. You impact on the side.
Oh, sure. Sorry about that, sir.
Misses with that
The
one.
legs, they hurt.
I got it this time. Hold on.
And throws let's do acid flask.
You're going to throw a flask of splashed acid inside the tight shed. Got it. Go for it.
All right.
Nothing but
second
good will come of
That'll be
this.
fine.
That's 13.
13. It lands short and splashes on the ground and is eating at cobblestones.
Okay.
Man, my aim is off. Sorry. Oh no, this one will work.
And tries.
Oh, God.
Bottled lightning.
He's just whipping bottle after bottle in there.
That's a 12.
And he's so excited he can't get any hits whatsoever. Iggy, what are you doing? You're next. There's one spider coming right at
Yeah,
you.
the one racing towards us, I'm going to try and keep distracted, so I'll run at it and take a swing.
Okay, one action to move. You can take a swing with a second action, and you've intercepted it.
With a 19,
Swing over, and you miss.
I'll swing again.
Good luck.
With a 21.
That is a connection. You hit.
10 points of damage.
All right, big smash, and you hit the spider. Iggy is done. Next up are the spiders themselves. Iggy, you got one right in front of you. It tries to get some big fangs into you with a 28 to hit.
That hits.
That is only 10 points of piercing damage. But there is poison that's trying to get into your body. You need to make a fortitude saving throw.
Yeah. Kind of figured that was happening. 23.
You're totally fine. It strikes again with a 26 to hit.
That hits.
With a 15 points of damage, and you need to make another fortitude saving throw.
Natural 20.
Whoa. All right. You are resistant to this particular spider's poison for the rest of this battle, and a 21 to hit with its last action.
Nope.
All right, it's like tries to get you with its bite over and over again, but it cannot succeed. There is another spider that comes racing out of the shed, and it leaps over acid on the ground and spends an action charging towards the group. Gets near Iggy and it rears back on its legs and flings out a whole bunch of spiky hairs from its legs that go flying out in a cone to hit Iggy, Brenros, and Jix. You three need to make reflex saves, please.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm gonna use hero point, 2 of them for that natural 1.
Might want to use one too, Christopher.
I'll give you one, Jix.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna re-roll that reflex save. It's 22 this time.
Okay.
I'm spending one as well and re-rolling.
I got a 25.
All right.
23.
Woo. Good saves.
All right, Jix and Brenros fail to save. You guys take 17 points of piercing damage, and you take half as much, Iggy. You're able to duck underneath it. You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Just
and
holding Jix in front of him. Sorry.
Idrisil, what do you got going on?
So they're now both right in front of us.
They're side by side in front of
third spider.
No, there's 2 spiders. They're side by side in front of Iggy, and they're about, and Iggy's in front of the group about 15 feet.
Okay, I'm going to hunt prey on the the rightmost one, I guess.
Okay.
And hunt shots at it.
Double shot. Double shot. Where is it at?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. It's a 32 for the first one.
32 is a critical hit.
Okay. 20 points of damage.
20 points of
Nice.
damage is a blow. Fired true. You have a second
The
shot.
second one's an 11.
You're like, whoa, look at that one.
Oh, and it's a critical, so doesn't that mean I get to pin one of its legs or something?
Yes, it is immobilized. It's
Yes.
very easy to break out of, but it wastes an action almost guaranteed.
Okay, and that was hunt prey, hunted shot. Now I'm just going to do a normal shot.
Okay.
Last here, natural 20.
Nice.
2 20s in one round. Another critical hit.
Oh man. 28 points of damage.
28 points of damage. You shoot the spider and one section of bulbous eye collective parts on its body. Juice goes flying out. Your second shot misses. Your third shot hits another section of eyes, and the creature collapses to the ground, rolls over, and does that spidery twitch, legs up in the air thing as it dies.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Well done.
Xander.
Xander's gonna run around the side where 2 of them were gonna be lined up. So I guess he's moving forward and kind of to the left
Okay.
to target himself kind of in a straight line to make sure there's nothing else behind the spider, and will fire a lightning bolt.
Okay.
The spider does have a reflex save for that.
Oh my god, the spider somehow senses the magic coming. It rolls a 23.
That will save for half, so he only takes
Jeez.
17 points of
17 is half damage? Man. All right, you zap. There's lightning. There's more of its spiky hairs go flying off. It's wounded by it. It makes the shrill, shrieking noise. And I believe Xander is done. Brenros, you see all this chaos. What do you got going on?
The spider, does it seem to still be focused on any particular guard that's over there?
No, the spider has left the shed and it is focused on Ignal Heavybringer.
I will, if I'm able, approach from its rear.
You can do so. You are flanking it.
Then I will make my first attack on this creature.
Go for it.
Get him, Brenros!
Yeah.
A 28, and does that have +2 for flanking?
+2 for flanking is a 30. That is a hit.
Or 16
Ooh,
points of
That's
damage.
not bad. All right. Wait, 16. Got it. Big blow. You have one action left.
I will risk and take the second shot.
Second shot. You sound like
Yeah,
an archer now.
Oh, sorry. Second swing.
That's my line, Brenros.
Sorry. Oh,
Shit.
That's a natural one!
Take one of mine.
natural one. I've got the. Well, thank you. All right.
Or you
so,
can let it play. You can always let him play.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
Can.
natural one on the spider, but the other guard's not there.
The other guard is in the shed.
It's in the shed behind you.
He's
I'll let this play out.
Okay.
Shit.
So make sure
With a
refund
natural
your-
one, you get a huge blow in, you swing back really hard, and your sword goes flying through the air 20, 30, 40 feet into the shed, and you hear, Sir Brenros' excellent turn is over. Sildren.
If anyone can hear me, I'm still alive.
Another sword flies in.
So is that
Very
guard-
badly burned. I can see a door. If someone could open the door.
There's acid on the ground. There's lightning in the grass.
is okay? So now that the sword is in the shed, what is the guard's
Sounds like a euphemism for
condition?
something. I don't know.
Sword in the shed.
You cannot see the guard. You can just hear him. Why? Kimberly, hold on. I'm coming, Kimberly.
2 weeks.
I'll make it to little Timmy's party. I'll make it.
Now I have one leg just like my son.
Let me look at these pictures in my wallet. Last time.
How far away is he?
Oh, he's drifting farther and farther.
We're the good guys, right? We're still the good guys!
Oh,
He's dying
God.
level 3.
I don't know about this episode.
I assume it's within 35 feet, probably.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I say to Anchiel, stay where you are, and I go to the guard shack.
And she
Okay.
runs away.
You run past the fighting spider combat. You race past that. You run over to the shed where you see the guard is at the back of the shed where he has been impaled through the belly by this big, huge sword that's still just going.
So I'm gonna say, just don't move.
Worst birthday party ever.
This is gonna hurt. And I put my foot on his chest. I pull out the sword, and at the same time, I cast a second level heal on him.
All right.
Was you supposed to leave that in?
Through your foot, you're like I'm gonna heal you with my foot in your face. Just
And that's gonna be
Behold my healing soul.
for 27 points of damage.
27. That's huge.
wow.
He's like, oh, I feel so much better. I feel alive. I've never felt like this before. And a shield comes flying.
Decapitates him.
Oh!
You have, he feels a lot better and he puts a hand on you. Thank you so much. I get to keep the sword though, right?
So no more spiders. And well, actually, my actions are done. So
All right, Jix, what would you like to throw into the shed?
Where's the spider now?
The
It's
spider
outside
is
then.
15 feet away in the
15
middle of
feet
the
away.
courtyard.
All right. Jix turns around, looks at the spider. He whips with one action. He whips out a sickle, and with 2 actions, he takes a vial of whack adder venom and applies it to the sickle.
Oh, all
and
right.
for a little flavor, he takes some of the wyvern guts and spreads a little bit of that onto for a +1 to the next 2 attacks.
Sounds almost good, dude. Did you need an action to pull it out?
Yeah, 1 action to pull the sickle out, 2 actions to apply the.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. Perfect. Great. So you now have the sickle that's coated in this nasty poison.
Yes.
Iggy.
I'm gonna swing away with a natural 20.
Yes.
There we go.
31 points of damage.
Jix finally takes the time to load up poison. He's so excited with his sickle. You get it ready. You recap the potion. You put it away. You pick your sickle up off the ground. You get your armor all set. You get ready to attack, and they're all walking out the gate. The spider has been smashed. Its legs invert. There is goo everywhere, and you made a terrible mess there, Iggy. And you hear from the doorway steps to the estate, "My spiders! I just bought those!"
Sorry about you.
What am I going to use this on now?
Just throw it away.
Just throw it into the tool shed.
Idrisil's going to help Anchiel up, but keep hold of him.
Yes, Sildren will walk back to Anchiel.
Children, as you leave, the guard steps with you, and he closes the shed door with him inside.
Brenros approaches the door and knocks on it. "Can I have my sword back?"
Your sword scrapes under the door.
Thank you. The shield won't fit. It's just wedged under there.
So we only came for that chalice, and it was to save you and your son from dire peril. What he said. And we helped you with your little infestation there of pests. So you're welcome, and pray that our paths do not cross again.
What's wrong with you? You always come here and do this, he says to Sildren. You are a monster! A monster!
It's true, he is a monster.
And you're
But he's a monster
slaver.
who just saved you, so thank him and we'll be on our way.
And in
Thanks.
different times, I would probably not let you go as a slaver. But today is your lucky day.
He says nothing more.
You go in there
Happy
and you
birthday,
give that
Vine.
boy the best damn birthday.
Have a good night. Bye-bye. Give our best to your mother. And,
Yeah, say hello to your mother for me.
and we leave.
All right. You guys head out the gate. You close it gently behind you. Make sure it's nicely latched. You walk out of the estate. You head across the bridge just like you did like 8 or 9 episodes ago, leaving chaos behind at the Anchiel estate. And we will stop there for tonight. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. You can check us out there. You can check out the podcast. And also, if you want to support the show, we've got a lot of good content on patreon.com/ingloriousbards. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Hi, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Right.
Bye.